All right, well, let's see who's up for a late night chat. We're starting out with 36% on my battery. We'll see how long that lasts. And see who's up at this late hour. Just looking on Facebook Marketplace. Kind of interesting. I'm going to keep the camera off because it might prolong the battery. But anyway, one of my fun things to do is search through Craigslist and Facebook. Let's see. Let me get back up here. Facebook Marketplace, and I've been looking for a paddle boat. So I have it marked. We're just gonna do a little open chat tonight. Hey, Sandra. Oh, there she is. Good evening to Sandra. How you doing tonight? Hey, Sandra, have you ever looked on Facebook Marketplace? It's the shopping part of Facebook. I just went back on Facebook on a well, hey, Grace. Good evening, ladies. Good to see you tonight. I know we probably don't use Facebook, but have you guys ever used Facebook Marketplace? Because all the time when I saw on Craigslist, everybody keeps saying, have you put your stuff on Facebook Marketplace? And I say, no, I don't have a Facebook account. So anyway, I went and got my old anonymous account and started using that, and I love it. It's got way more stuff than Craigslist. Everybody kept telling me that Craigslist is kind of dying out. I mean, me and Dave used Craigslist, you guys, back. Oh my goodness. I remember when we went on. I remember the day we went on Craigslist. We had just heard about it. And that's when we started selling stuff on Craigslist. It was, what was it? It was 2003, I think. So 20 years ago, for 20 years, I've been using Craigslist. But anyway, so for selling, real good. Buying, real good, because there's a lot more stuff. Instead of 1 or 2 paddle boats, there's 20 paddle boats. You know what I mean? So anyway, and now it's a fun thing to do is just look. I'm always looking for some toys, some fun stuff like I still want to get an ATV. First, I want to get a paddle boat because those are pretty cheap. And I want it in my pond so I can go out in the middle of it and see how deep it is. Drop like a plumb line or whatever you call it. A little anchor thing on there. So you have looked, yeah. Yeah, anyways, but it is fun to look on there. I look on there every day. So I've been waiting for my phone to charge up. It was kind of slow going. It was 1% every 2 minutes. So it got 36% in, would that be 70 minutes? Yeah, they do have lots of stuff on there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I still want to build a chicken coop this year. Hey, Sandra or Grace, have you guys ever had chickens? I've always pictured Sandra on a farm. I don't know why, but I always pictured that you probably have been on a farm at some point. Maybe not. Now is the time to be shopping for your paddle boat. Get it in the water early springtime. Yeah, I can't wait. You know what, Grace? I drove down into St. Paul today. I drove down into St. Paul. The cities don't have very much snow. There's a lot of grass showing. There's hardly any snow down there. We still have a lot of snow up here. A lot. Down in the city, they don't have much. It's looking more springy down there. You like to go kayaking, really? They always they have, you know what? Canoes are really expensive. They went way up. You can't even hardly get a canoe under $1,000 now. They used to be cheap, but now they're kind of spendy, especially if they're aluminum. You raised on a farm when I was a kid, were you? Well, I'm thinking about getting chickens. You're still covered in snow? Yeah, I was in St. Paul, Maplewood, St. Paul, my old neighborhood. And and it was Maplewood, Sunray. I always go to Sunray, Leonchin, and Sunray. That's where I went today. My daddy and mother was farmers. Were they? Do you remember having chickens? They always have. Well, anyway, they have chicken coops on Facebook Marketplace. They got chicken coops. But I think I'm just going to build one, or maybe make one out of one of my buildings back there. It's got to be close because I got to go feed them every day. I went too far. But yeah, that's where the Southern charm comes from, huh, Senate? Yeah. Yeah. And if you're raised on a farm, you probably know how to cook really good too. Because I think people raised on a farm know how to cook good. They got the good stuff. My aunt and uncle had a farm. Actually, they were my godparents. Because when I was baptized, they were chosen as my godparents. And they had a farm, and I went and stayed with them for, I don't know, a week and a half or something. It was fun because they had a mini bike, and you could ride the mini bike down the dirt road. And anyway, I was like that. Anyway, it stunk there really bad. We first pulled in. It was in Scandia, which I don't know, maybe I don't know if it was like an hour. I can't remember how far it was from our house. It seemed like a long time. Um. Anyway, my aunt Hazel was my dad's sister and her husband. And they had a lot of kids, a lot of kids. And anyway, a few of the kids. Anyway, they came down to see my parents, and I always ask if I could go stay with my aunt Hazel and my cousins and stuff. And they said yeah, and they had moved to a farm. So anyway, as we're getting close to the farm, it stinks like cow poop and or whatever farm stuff. And as we're pulling in their driveway and stuff, boy, did it stink. Oh my goodness. And then they drank raw milk right out of the cow. It was on a pitcher on the table. It would separate and stuff. And but you know what? Like after a couple days, I didn't even smell the smell. At first, the smell was so strong it made my stomach hurt. Thought I had stabbing pains from the stink. But then I got like used to it. But anyway, while I was there, the cow had babies, and they named a cow after me. And another cow had twins, and I think one of them died or something. Anyway, so I saw the cow burst, and anyway, just all kinds of stuff. I saw a cow get inseminated with a guy had a glove up to his shoulder, and you can use your imagination on the rest. Farming was very interesting. It was the only experience I had, but it was fun. Different though, especially that drinking the milk straight out of the cow and stuff. That was weird. It kind of stunk, and it looked horrible. Yeah, it didn't look like milk. Pig farms are much more pointless than I know. My mom and dad moved up. They moved up to up in Minnesota, central Minnesota, and the guy down the road, down the high, down, they lived, I don't know, right off of a highway. But anyway, the guy right down the road had a pig farm, and it stunk so bad. People were actually petitioning to get rid of the guy because they couldn't stand the stink. The pig farm was the worst. And you can imagine when the guy probably comes to the store and stuff, you just imagine the stink. Believe me, I smell horses on people. It's kind of funny. I can smell like a horse when people have horses and stuff, like Amish people and stuff. I don't know, certain people, you can smell the farm on them. So you can imagine the pig farmers. You were engaged to a dairy farmer? Really? Yeah. And they got to get up early, boy. And they can't ever go anywhere. Right? No vacations. You got to be there to milk them cows, or else there's going to be trouble. We're maintaining at 37%. You guys want me to put up a link? You can come in and chat if you want. Not really sure what you guys want to chat about. Chat a little bit about nothing. I also got some rockin' coupons in the mail. So that was cool today. Yep, I'm gonna tomorrow's Sabbath. We're just gonna chill out, huh, guys? We'll be chilling like a villain. Yeah, farms are cool. That's what they had. They had a dairy farm. That was my godparents had a dairy farm. And yeah, it kind of stunk, but I will agree. The pig farms. Oops, sorry. I was wiping the screen off and I put your comment up there. Horses stink too. Oh yeah, they do too. Oh, Caleb smelled like horse poop when I got him. Yeah, I had to give him 2 baths the day I got him. He stunk like horse poop really bad. Yeah, horses do. Because I got Caleb from a Amish farm. And man, did he stink on the way home. I'm like, oh, heck no. Put him in the little sink, my kitchen sink, and washed him up. And after he dried, he still stunk. I had to wash him again. Yep. Huh, guys? Yeah, he stunk. He stunk. That was Lazarus. Yeah. He remembers. Yeah, he did stink, huh? He stuck up the place. Lazarus smelled good when I got him because he was a city boy. Horses stink too. I had a quarter horse. They're beautiful but very fresh, especially when they get wet. Really? Yeah, city girl. My daddy and mother picked cotton. I remember them. Hey, Thirst for Truth. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming to my channel. Wow, thanks for coming tonight. We're just sitting back, chilling, and talking. How you doing? Hey, you guys, this is Thirst for Truth. He debunks the Mandela effect. He has got some, so check out his channel. He checks out. He because these guys know that I am not for the Mandela effect. Yeah, so we have done. Hi, Thirst. Well, yeah, welcome, Thirst for Truth. Yeah, he had a channel taken down. He lost his Thirst for Truth channel, but I have mentioned on this channel, and we have debunked. We have debunked the Bible Mandela effects easier than you can imagine. So, yeah, the Bible Mandela effects, a joke. But anyway, good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Cool. Yeah, so check out his channel. I am well. I always drop by and thumbs up, but never drop. Oh, really? Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. It's very nice. Anyway, yeah, honored that you dropped in chat Thursday. Yeah, thanks for coming in the chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, check out his channel. Yeah, especially Brian Stavely, you guys. You know how it is. Anyway, yeah, yeah, check out his channel. I'm sure you could. How could I do it? I know I could put his link in. But yeah, and he's got some other stuff that he debunks, but it is kind of sketchy. YouTube is sketchy on things, you guys. I have gotten a lot of strikes. I lost a channel back in 2016. 2016 or 2017, I lost my first channel. I got 3 strikes. Actually, I got 4 strikes. It was overkill. But yeah, I got 4 strikes in like 24 hours. They took me down. That was back when you could say almost anything. But anyway, so he has lost his channel, a lot of stuff. Not sure if you had that backed up. I didn't have anything backed up when I lost my channel. I didn't even know how to back it up. Cat's going a little. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so if I will put a link if anybody wants to come in and chat. If anyone wants to come in and chat, I'll put up a link. Grace, Sander, or Thirst. Anybody want to come in? Yeah, I'll pop up a link. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about that. But yeah, I was gone today. I drove down into the city. Sorry to hear you lost your channel. Hard to recover from that. Yeah. I thought I knew how to play the YouTube game. They took my channel with no active strikes. Whoa. And no, I didn't back up anything. Yeah, I didn't either. My first one, man, I can't remember. I had hundreds of videos. Yeah, it sucked. That is really weird, but I've heard that happening where they've taken people's channel down without even a single strike. But I'm going to tell you what, they get real touchy when you start talking about their, fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I've gotten my strikes have been for the the pandemic stuff. You know what I mean? And I was careful, and I still got strikes. And yeah, yep, they're emotional about that. And he had some excellent videos about that, like the the this stuff that's on the news that they rehearse for. Anyway, they're very sensitive about that, and it's almost like all right. Sorry about that. It's almost like I disappeared. I did. I played the disappearing act. No, I just hit the wrong button. I was gonna say probably, yeah. Hang on, folks. Yeah, no, I'm back. Yeah, thank you, Grace. I am. But yeah, I will. Anybody want to come in and chat? I'll put up a link. Um, yeah. Um, they've taken on a lot of channels doing that. So anyway, I'm getting to the point where like I'm trying to be careful to not have a channel taken down again because, man, they'll go back and drag something from a couple years ago. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's nice to have a backup channel, and I really don't know how to. You'd have to probably go through this channel that I have right here. This channel, I have 2,200 videos. 2,200 videos. How do I back up 2,000 videos? 2,200 videos. You know what I mean? How can I? How can you? How can I back up 2,000 videos? I got to do them one at a time. How does that work? I don't know. Probably, huh? Anyway, so yeah, they're getting real strict. That's right. They weren't just saying nothing. And it even said one time I got a strike, and it said something like you're not allowed to even have opinions or something like that. Not even an opinion. Not a. I mean, I'm not talking about like a medical opinion. You can't even have an opinion, or and it was just like wow. Anyway, good old USA. But hey, we don't live in like those states. Oh my goodness. All right. Um, I'm just trying to get my chat up, you guys, so I can see you on the screen. Because my phone is maintaining. Yes, exactly. Especially when someone is angry without a cause and goes to flag videos. Yeah, so if you've got a troll that doesn't like you or your channel and they're flagging all your videos, it makes it even harder because but I think YouTube does recognize when one person keeps flagging your videos. Because it's happened to me and it seems like they might recognize that, so I don't think that I would have the patience to back up one at a time. Heck no, right? Yeah, I just looked. It says I have 2,200 videos. Those are live streams. Almost every one of them is live stream. I got a few regular videos, I guess, but it don't matter each one either. Whether it's a video or live stream or even a short, you'd still have to. I don't have any shorts, but I'd have to go one at a time and back them up. And what do you do? Put it on a thumbnail drive thing or what? I don't know. Don't know. I'm just trying to be real careful. And I appeal whenever I get strikes. I always appeal, unless no matter how much I didn't agree with a channel, I would never flag them. I never flagged Staley. Yeah, yeah. I was always surprised he didn't block me because I said a lot of stuff on his channel, and it's almost I don't know. I was surprised I didn't get blocked on his channel. So I don't think I'm blocked on his channel, but I once in a while I'll chime in over there. But right, flagging a channel, it's so what you're doing is taking away free speech from people. You're helping the agenda that you're supposedly speaking against. And yeah. But if you got somebody hateful, somebody who just hates you, the gloves are off and they don't have rules. So yeah, they'll think, oh, I know, I'll get her channel taken down. Yeah, well, we'll see. Oops. Crap, my thing's gonna come on here and I don't have it muted. Oh crap. All right. Santa says, I'm curious about what happened to Donnie. I would have never thought that he would turn on nobody like that. Yeah, I know, Sandra. He says he's not going to bother to tell us what we did wrong. Right there, nah, I can't deal with somebody like that. We're supposed to all guess what we did wrong. Nah, you see, yeah. Sounds like a really bad marriage. Okay, now we're supposed to guess what we did wrong. Pass. Yeah, I've already. Yeah. Okay, now I can see you guys. I don't have to use the phone. Right, everyone has an opinion and should have right to voice it. Yeah, otherwise you're no different than the government. I mean, if you don't like somebody, just leave the channel. Don't talk about nobody. Lord have mercy, that's right. I mean, unless they're bashing you, then maybe you should say something. Yeah, well, no, we didn't bash anybody. I didn't know there was even a problem. We're as surprised as you are, Sandra. But there was some red flags if you think back. You know, all the times he'd rage quit, didn't like the topic, whatever. We felt bad for that one guy. I can't even think of his name now, but we felt bad for the one guy who was being attacked by everybody. He was homeless, living in his camper. No, he's living in a broken down RV or something. I don't know. They're attacking the guy, and we felt bad for him. And yeah, he got mad about that. Why would we feel bad for somebody? Anyway, stuff like that. It's just like, man, really? Why do we feel bad about a guy who just got his window smashed out? He's living with a cat in a broken down RV on the side of the road. He's got people throwing bricks through his window, trying to get him thrown out of a broken down RV. Yeah, we felt bad for him. Well, I threw a rage fit about that because we felt bad for somebody, and just stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know. Not only I can't figure it out, I don't want to figure that out. Like, if you don't have compassion on people, hey, that could be me, man. I could be me living in that RV. And if somebody's out there, at least acknowledging my situation, that's a start. Sometimes people feel like they got nobody. A lot of people feel like that. Like, you got nobody. I got nobody. There's always nice to know there's somebody out there who cares about you. Even if you don't even know him, you don't know us. He came here on this channel one time, remember? I never heard of him. I can't think of the guy's name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, we felt bad for him. The Donnie persona that we were sold was not real. Everything he said was made up. Everything from Amy, his 16-year-old deaf dog, to his sister Amy, named Amy. Both named Amy. Yeah, it's weird to have a dog and a sister named Amy. That's what I don't understand. Why would he just do that? I know you wouldn't talk crap about him. No, everything was fine, Sandra. One day to the next. He got mad over not responding to a 4-hour email, as if all we do is sit on a computer all day waiting for his email. I don't even use email. Everybody knows that. I don't use email. So if you send me an email, don't expect me to see it. And you're going to have to say, Kathy, I sent you an email, like Molly always did. And guess what? I'd say, okay, when I get off of here, I'll check it. And then guess what happens? I get off of here and forget about it because I don't use email. The next night, she'd say, hey, Kathy, did you see that email? Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. I just don't use email. So if you haven't heard me not using email, then yeah, and then you send me email, and 4 hours later you put me on blast. You come on my live stream and put me on blast because I didn't answer email from 4 hours ago. I don't even use email. Yeah, everyone knows I don't use email. So you can send me email, dude. You could have my phone number and call me, and it goes to voicemail. If it's 4 hours, so effing what? Maybe I'm driving down the road. Maybe I'm driving down to the city. Maybe I'm sleeping. Maybe me and my dogs are out on the lawnmower. I don't know. But yeah, if I don't answer you in 4 hours, so what? It's not the end of the world. And I'll tell you what, if you're gonna end a friendship because I didn't answer an email 4 hours ago, see ya. That wasn't very much of a friendship then, was it? I mean, dude, even if you had a phone call and I didn't answer in 4 hours, dude, really? And that's going to end a friendship? Okay, bye. See, I can't deal with delicate little flowers. You know what I mean? I just can't. Lots of people has been losing their freaking mind these days. I just wonder if it's got anything to do with, yep. Yep, I know what you're talking about, Sandra. It could be. Could be. Yep. 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 A lot of people losing their minds. So yeah. And you know what? Once, oh, you gotta guess what you did wrong? Really? I have to guess what I did wrong? No, dude, I don't want to play that game. I don't like that game. I don't want to play that game. I gotta guess what I did. I gotta guess what I did wrong. Grace, we gotta guess what we did wrong. No, I don't want to do that. Sandra, how long have we known each other? And how often do we talk on the phone? That's right. We've known Sandra since 2016. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're going we're talking 7, 8 years we've known Sandra. I've never talked on the phone with Sandra. But you know what? Sandra is a close friend. I consider her a good friend. I have texted Grace, but we don't talk on the phone. We might text. But we both live in Minnesota. And she's also been around for almost as long. So yeah. I don't know. I just don't like walking on eggshells, man. I don't like that. I was in a marriage where I had to walk on eggshells, and I don't like it. And I got divorced 30 years ago. And yeah, guess what? I've made sure I've never been around anybody that I got to walk on eggshells. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if it's on here. I don't care where it is. I ain't walking on eggshells anymore for anybody. I am what I am. And guess what? If you don't like what I am, there you just take this little thing, it's called a mouse, and you click the button and you get off my channel. That's how easy it is. You don't like it? See ya. Don't let the don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I'm not forcing anybody to be here. And listen, if you don't like my beliefs, then go to a different channel that has more, something that lines up with how you think. That's what I do. I go to channels where they think like I do, and I think like they do, where we have something in common. I don't go to people's channels and hang out there. Like, dude, I wouldn't go to I wouldn't go to a Mandela Effect channel. You're in Wisconsin? Are you really? You know what, Thirst? I lived around St. Paul my whole life in St. Paul, Minnesota. And now I live up northern Minnesota. I'm actually in Hinckley, Minnesota. Very north. Not quite to Duluth, but I'm up there. I called in one time a few months back and talked. Yeah, you did on here. That's right. Yeah, Cheesehead alert. Packer fan. Now I'm not into that division with the. They try though, and I do like cheese. I like cheese. Believe me, I'm a big fan of cheese. So really, you're out in Wisconsin? Wow, I didn't know that. Yep, we still have a lot of snow up here. Yeah, I am in Minnesota, northern Minnesota. I just went down to St. Paul today to my old neighborhood. But I am always happy when I get back up here. I'm out in the country now. I am a country girl now with my garden and my animals and just domestic animals and some pigeons that have been squatting in my barn since, well, 3 years now. They're squatters and I just can't get them out of there. Other than that, yeah. Yeah. The only one that I know that I've come against you on YouTube is Mark Hardy, and that's because of the way he has done that teenager. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. I hate that. That's why I dislike him so much. That's right. Listen, I said it a long time ago, Sandra. If he would have just left that dead teenager alone, I probably wouldn't be on his channel anymore. How many times have I said it? I probably would have not made videos anymore about him. I would have just walked away. But as long as he's running that dead child through the mud, calling her a devil and a demon, no, I'm going to keep making videos about him. You know, I just, last time, like in 2016, yeah, I lost that channel, my first channel, for bullying is what I kept getting strikes for bullying. Bullying. Like, yeah, they called everything bullying. And now they call everything medical misinformation. But back then they called everything bullying. So I am very careful now. I don't do anything bully like. I'm not even sure what I did that was bully like before, but anyway, I'm very careful now. But you're right, Sandra. Had he just left that dead child alone, let her rest in peace. I mean, who does that? Oh my goodness, did I just get knocked off? No. Okay. I'll put this thing out of my hand here. So yeah, that is a problem. Oops. Yeah. Yep. So there we go. That's a little better. Yep. So anyway, and that's how this channel got formed. Because my first channel got taken down. So I made a second channel. And after my second channel, I thought, you know what? I better have a backup channel. And so this is my third channel. This is my third channel. This was my backup channel that turned into a Bible study channel. So this is channel number 3. So I've got 2 still going, but yeah, this originally was my backup channel. And it's shocking to wake up and have your channel gone. It's like, ah. And in fact, when they, I mean, once, because you know what they did to me? They gave me 4 strikes. It's like strike, all like at 3 in the morning when you're sleeping. You wake up, you got all these strikes. And then they even did a 4th strike after my channel was already down. And then you know what? Once your channel's down, you don't even have a button to push to even complain. Your channel's gone. You can't complain if your channel's not there. It's like it doesn't even exist. You don't even have access to it. You think, well, I can't even like appeal because I don't even have a channel to appeal with and for about. So anyways, I feel bad for anybody that gets their channel taken down. I know how it feels. Yeah. Someone doesn't like that we expose frauds. Yeah, we're supposed to let them be, not, yeah, let them be and not warn others. Yeah, no, I'm warning people. You want to go out there and try to take advantage of people? Oh yeah, I got no problem exposing. I'll just keep it on my other channel. You know, this is supposed to be the safe channel, and this is the one getting strikes because yeah, I got a psychopath out there striking my videos. So yeah. And hey, Thirst, Grace Stiles has a channel. She exposes somebody that has been a Christian channel scammer, Christian scammer channel. And I've commented on my other channel on my other one is Kathy Exposing Evil. Is that what it's still called, you guys? Didn't I change it? I think it's called Kathy Exposing Evil. Oh no, yeah, actually it's called Kathy Humble Exposing Evil, I think. Yeah. My other channel is called Kathy Humble Exposing Evil. Because he kept calling me Kathy Humble. And so I put the humble in the name so people would, when he says it, they would look it up. Yeah, thank you. Kathy Humble Exposing It. Thank you. Because he kept calling me Kathy Humble, so I put it in the name. He was trying to throw people off, calling me Kathy Humble. So I thought, okay, when they type in Kathy Humble, they're going to find my videos. So I changed it to Kathy Humble. So all those videos where he called me Kathy Humble, guess what? Now they can type it in. They're going to find me now. Yeah, of course, it was a coincidence that we both got strikes at the same time. Yes. Isn't that funny? Grace and I both got strikes at the same time. I wonder who could be mad at both me and Grace. All your subscription and playlists also removed when they take your channel. That bothered me more than your 200 vids. Actually, that's a good point. I forgot about that. You guys, when they take your channel, you have to start over. You got to think, okay, who was I subscribed to? I can't remember who I'm subscribed to. And as a matter of fact, right now, I'm subscribed to probably 300 people. I couldn't even probably tell you 5 of them off the top of my head. That's another thing, yeah. So you got to remember who you used to be subscribed to. Yeah, and playlists. Yep, everything, you guys. Yeah, it is hard to remember all your subscriptions. Yeah, it does suck. Right, Kathy? And I tell people because it's true. If we will, if he will do that to a child, he will. Yeah, if he'll do it to that child, he'll do it to yours. Mark Hardy is a very evil man. That's right. Someone doesn't like that we expose frauds. We're supposed to let them. Yeah, be. Yeah, yeah. It sucks getting a channel taken down. Yep. Grace had a strike. I had a strike. Uh, both of us in the last week. Huh. Really? But guess what? Actually, I've had 2 strikes in the last week. Yeah. Yeah. Guess what though? YouTube said that they can tell that it's not me. In other words, they can tell somebody's out striking my channel. And guess what? I didn't get a strike. They said, we're not going to give you a strike because we can tell this is not intentional. Well, that's funny. You know how old that video I just got 2 strikes? Guess how old the videos are, guys? They're from 2020 and 2021. I just got strikes on 2 old videos from 2020 and 2021. Yeah. What are the odds? And Grace got a strike the same night. And there happens to be somebody who's very angry with me and Grace right now. That's out flagging our old videos. Anyway, I got 2 notifications from YouTube, and both of them said, we're not going to give you a strike or a warning, but we're going to remove the video. And if you want us to put the video back up, I can appeal it. But yeah, they can recognize when someone's playing vengeance game. Yep, that's basically what they said. We can tell that we can tell that this is not intentional. We're taking it down. We're not going to give you a strike. We're not going to give you a warning. We're just going to take it down. If you want to put it back up, you can appeal it. Well, I said, and I'm going to do it on this one too. There is somebody obviously flagging. They obviously already know, but I will confirm to them that yeah, it is. It's somebody that's flagging the videos. So anyway, same thing happened to her. They said they know it's not intentional. Well, she might have got a warning. I don't know, but personally, me, they said they can tell it's not intentional. And it's twice in 1 week. Huh? Really? Twice this week, huh? Yeah, that's what you wake up to in the morning. Yeah. So anyway, they can tell somebody's playing games, and you know what I mean. So I have not been. And if I do, you guys know where to find me. I'll be at my other channel. I can live stream from my other channel. And so, yeah, if I get a strike on this channel, I'll go to my other channel, my Kathy Humble Exposing Evil channel. Yep, YouTube can flip a switch on you at any given moment, and they have a lot of people, but they always seem to be good people. Yeah. Yep. Yep. They do. So anyway, so they can keep trying to flag my videos. YouTube knows what they're doing. When the same person, the same IP address keeps flagging multiple accounts on the same video from 2 or 3 years ago, really, I'll tell you what. If your video gets taken down from 2, 3 years ago, somebody is flagging it. All right, it's already gotten past the YouTube algorithms. It's already gotten past the goalie. Now what? You think the algorithm's going to go back and start looking for old stuff? No, that's somebody flagging your videos. They ain't looking at 3-year-old videos. No, I already got through the algorithm detector. I'm already through it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm to tell you what, I've been flagged. I've had my stream taken down midstream. You guys know, and I've been taken down right in the middle of a stream more than once. Or right after that night, I do a stream, I go to bed and wake up and it is taken down. I got a strike. That's when YouTube algorithms catches it. When it's an old video from 2 or 3 years ago, all of a sudden it gets flagged. That's somebody else trying to get you in trouble, trying to get your channel taken down. And remember, not that long ago, I had a porn bomber. Somebody dropped their pants and played with them. Lucky I had them backstage. And that's also a way to get your channel taken down. Somebody's trying to get the channel taken down. Now I think we know who it is. Remember that? Anyway. Yeah, so you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So anyway, I was trying to play it safe like everybody. And I tell you what, you get one channel removed, you'll think every time you put something up, you think about it. And I think twice anyway. And believe me, you can get kind of, you can get relaxed about it and complacent and stuff like that. Yeah, they got my Kitty Cathy channel really quick. Yeah, that was up less than a year. But I had like 400 something subscribers and probably 200 videos. I had a lot of videos. I don't even remember how many. A lot of videos, and I had, like I said, I had 400 subscribers. You know what would suck is I never really got those subscribers back. Once you start over, like if you had, like right now I got 678 subscribers. If I started over, you guys, it would be so long. All these people that have subscribed over the years, they wouldn't resubscribe. It's not like everybody all goes and resubscribes. Even those big channels that have 50,000, they lose their channel. They're stuck. Seems like they're stuck at 2,500 again. You know what I mean? It's not like the old days. You know what I mean? Like in 2016, 2017, you could grow a channel pretty good. Now it's hard. It's really hard. People, I remember people like Russian Vids and I don't know, lots of channels were hitting 100,000. It's just, that's why I haven't seen him. I saw him, it's weird. I saw him on, I forgot his, on Ceiling Fan Man. The guy's called Ceiling Fan Man. Yeah, you just subbed? Okay, here. Yeah, I will. I'll put up his channel. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to put up his link for his channel. Hold on a second. Let me pull up. Yeah, he had some funny. Well, I have showed you guys the other ones. It might be Cynthia doing. No, Sandra. It definitely isn't Cynthia. She don't have the. She really doesn't have the will to barely even lives. I thought she. Yeah. No, this is just all of a sudden we know who it is. Yeah. Yeah, but you just never really recover. You know. It is kind of devastating, actually. All right, let me see here. All right, I'm gonna pull up his channel and put his link up. Let me see if it'll come up if I search it. Do you just have one channel now again? Um, oh man. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I showed those guys a while back when Mikey horizontally, what's his name? Mikey horizontal. He's a flat earther. Mikey horizontal effect or whatever his name is. He went on McToon's channel, and McToon just he just it was asked some questions, and that Mikey Smith had, is that his name? Mikey Smith. He had a meltdown. I mean, it was funny. It was hilarious. Remember he because somebody said he didn't know how to add. It was something real minor. It was a very minor insult. I can't remember, but he just lost it. Whenever I want a really good laugh, I will go put that video on. Anyway, hold on, you guys. Let me get this up here. Where is it? Oh, crap. It's not coming up under thirst. What's the name of the what's the name of one of your last videos? Thirst. It'll come up if I pull the title up. It's not coming up on my. I don't see it in my subscriptions because I got too many of them. They should be in alphabetical order. It isn't, is it? No, it isn't. Let's see. There's just too many to look through. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. There it is. uh, yeah. Yeah, he got. I think I probably have mentioned this channel before. All right, there's 7135. It says. All right, I got it now. All right, there you go. Oops. All right. You don't go by Thirst for Truth anymore, but I'm gonna put Thirst for Truth up there. There's his channel. You can hit the link and sub. Yeah, thank you. That was so, yeah. Yeah, man, he had so many good videos. It was like a lot of the Mandela effect. You guys, it is so ridiculous. I mean, he's really good at breaking it down. Because some people can't see the obvious. You know what I mean? Like just how they manipulate people. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, you need more than 100. He used to have a lot. I can't remember how many he had. He used to have a lot of subscribers. But yeah, it's really hard to get those back, man, once you lose your channel. It's. I said I've got 2,200 live streams, and Bible study channels are about as least popular channel as you can get. Yeah. Hey, what about that Flat Earth Fokker? It's so funny because right before he died, and I'm talking the day before he died, I told everybody, man, it's so weird how he's over there driving down the road, coughing and hacking and spitting out the window, saying him and his dog are taking vermectin and all this stuff. I said it's almost like he wants. Anyway, it's just like everything that the agenda. He was everything the agenda warned you about. And anyway, next day, dead on the bathroom floor, allegedly. There's been a lot of people on YouTube that died. I was thinking, I wonder if anybody ever made like a tribute page to all the, because I just like I said yesterday, that one Stella Van Life, she died. Like out of nowhere. That was really weird. Seemed perfectly healthy. Went to the doctor to get her shoulder checked out because she hurt it and it's been hurt for a long time, and thought, well, maybe before she goes on her next trip, get it x-rayed, you know what I mean? Goes to the hospital 2 weeks ago, doing a live stream. She was putting a water pump in her van, and she already put a starter in. She worked on it. Anyway, getting ready for this trip, goes on there, never comes home. They told her she had cancer. She had a chemo treatment. I don't even know what kind of cancer they told her, but they told her she had cancer. She had said this right away. She didn't get to go home. Her car's out in the parking lot. Dog's at home. They admitted her to the hospital, said, oh, you got cancer really bad. So anyway, they did a chemotherapy. And she said she felt like she got hit by a truck. She said every speck of her body was in such in pain. She was so sick. And then they did another one. And then Sunday, she told everybody that I'm going to have the third treatment, and I can't talk to anybody the next day because I always feel like I got hit by a truck and I'm too sick to talk. So anyway, that was Monday. And then some people called Tuesday to talk to her, and the daughter's there saying that she's unconscious, in and out of consciousness. They're like, what? Yeah, and she died. What? Yeah, so next time you go to a doctor and they say something, maybe say, you know what, this is what I personally I would say, I think I need to go home and think about this before I rush into anything. Anyway. There's been a lot of people that died, like on YouTube. Some of them I don't even know if they're even real or not, but that one was, that's for sure. Very sad. It was really sad too, but she had just like that day or the day before she went to the hospital, they just laid that headstone on the son's grave, on her son's grave. They had a headstone, they ordered it, and it took a long time, and then they had it, and they just had it and had it. But anyway, finally laid it on the son's headstone on his grave, and like that day before she went to the hospital, just crazy. Now she's gone. Anyway. But yeah, that Flat Earth Fokker thing, that is weird. And then the coroner report came out. Public came out. It's in the news. You can Google it right now. It says he died of some kind of drugs. It's a drug overdose or something. Oh, and the big C, I think. I think they pinned that on it. But some kind of drug overdose. And then Brian Staley comes out and says, oh, he never did drugs. He just smoked weed. Actually, opposite. He drove down the road condemning people that smoked weed. And it was public knowledge that Mikey Smith and him who had a falling out. So the two flat earthers, one from Vancouver, the other one from Regina, Saskatchewan, or whatever. So they're different parts of Canada, but they got together and they went out flat earth smacking, truth smacking, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they hung around for a little while, and Mikey was getting on Mac's nerves, Flat Earth Fokker's nerves. He was annoying him. Anyway, they end up with this falling out. They got in a fight. Well, so they're kind of trashing each other. They each had their own channel, so they're each kind of telling it on each other. You know what I mean? Like spilling the beans on each other. Well, Flat Earth Fokker's driving around the road doing his live stream saying that Mikey is a cross-dresser. That's why he's got them long, pointy fingernails. Everybody asks him, too, why do you have lady fingernails? And he always says, just for good scratching, it's good for scratching. Nah, Flat Earth Fokker says, nah, he's a cross-dresser. That's why he shaves all the hair off his body. He's got no hair on his body. His fingernails lie. Anyway. So he spills the beans on Mikey Smith. So Mikey Smith spills the beans. Oh, he that was it. The gloves were off. So Mikey Smith's driving around the road. He's doing his live stream saying Flat Earth Fokker left a little something under his seat in this car, and they were needles. Anyway, so he spilled the beans on Flat Earth Fokker saying that he uses needles, and he left them in his car, and the whole time that he was in Vancouver, he was giving Flat Earth Fokker rides to pick up his dope. And he was sitting in the car doing live streams, and he can prove all this stuff. So anyway, they spilled the beans on each other. I'll be the first to watch that. So anyway, so then the coroner comes out. Oh, quite a long time. And he happens to die on. Anyway, I was pointing out Flat Earth Fokker is in all of these Freemasonic lodges. He's saying that this is Flat Earth. These are Flat Earth meetups. This is a Flat Earth meeting. Well, then he goes in there. It's a Freemasonic lodge. I'm the one that took the picture that got circulated around of him in that Freemason lodge doing. They're all doing devil horn signs with a Freemason Bible and a Freemason lodge. I'm the one that got that picture, and it circulated around. Just a lot of strange things. And when did he happen to die on? 11/3. Give me a break. 11/3? Really? 33? Anyway. That was really a specific. But anyway, for Staley to come out and say he never did drugs, come on, man. We all saw what happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you know what's really gold? You've got stuff from Tony on here. Tony, he was a whole nother story. But anyway, yeah, Tony even interviewed him. Anyway, that's funny. Good stuff. So check out his channel. Let me get back in the chat because I haven't been in the chat here. Yeah, Sandra, I mean, you can grow a channel. Certain things, I'm telling you, if you're if you're a Christian and you do a rapture channel, make rapture promises every day, yeah, you could grow your channel. There's certain subjects that just take off. But like Bible study, man, yeah, I'm not gonna go have no viral channel here. I mean, it crawls. I might get a couple subscribers a month. I mean, I'm never gonna have a large channel here. But certain subjects, certain things, yeah. And if you're really good with the computer and the graphics and all that kind of stuff, even better. Yep, I'm trying to figure out where I left off here. The only way to grow a channel is to go viral with something that you put up. Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. So if I put up a channel, I think I'm gonna jump on a donkey back. Well, maybe it'll go viral. Get a lot of subscribers. If you can get hurt, people like seeing other people get hurt. Uh, yeah, if you're the first to watch, Serious Grace, I think I'll make funny. Yeah, funny videos, and that's pretty safe. Like on YouTube, there's a lot of safe things. People are doing the weirdest stuff and getting big channels. Like, especially like if they have these mukbang channels where people eat. They like just eat a lot of food right in the camera, and some people like you can tell as this mukbanging thing where you're eating. They've made it. They perfected it. Like they get the camera really close so you can, practically get splashed with barbecue sauce or whatever. You just like really up on their face. You can hear the smacking and the chewing. And anyway, that kind of stuff, especially if you're like either really good, a really hot looking chick, or maybe somebody like 400 or 500 pounds, like really seriously overweight, just something interesting. Um, You know what I watched, you guys? Is speaking of mukbang, I watched this thing about YouTubers that like had bad endings or something, like YouTubers that their lives fell apart or something, and a few of them were mukbangers, the ones that eat. Like some of them got really seriously really overweight and had to get off for a while, and anyway, yeah, just some of those. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they got issues to begin with, and that's why they're on eating on video. I don't know. You're not going to do a Rapture channel? So you're going to ride a donkey? Well, you can ride a donkey on the Rapture. You could join the two channels. Rapture Donkey channel. Yes, laughter is the best medicine. You probably won't get strikes with that. Although I'm going to warn you, I did a video I thought was really funny. I thought it was really funny. But I got a strike on it. As a matter of fact, I was doing a video. I'd just gotten strikes. Remember, I just got my channel removed. And you can even see on this channel. Go back to my first videos on this channel. I was being really super careful. I did a video about a rock. I don't know. Just really super safe. Well, anyway, I did a video about it was a video. I thought it was funny. It was funny. It was a video about people who eat things. Like one girl was eating the stuffing out of her couch, like her couch cushions. She was eating them. And one girl was a lot of times it's girls. I notice a lot of guys don't do that. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I hope more people start noticing your channel, especially Mandela effectees. But yeah, I did a video about those people that are eating stuff, and back then, you guys, you know what YouTube used to do when they gave you a strike? They would tell you exactly where in your video you went wrong. Now they don't do that. Now sometimes they don't even give you a reason why they gave you a strike. They'll just give you a strike. They'll say, well, what? Medical information? Well, about what? Or bullying about what? But back then, when they first started giving people strikes, they would tell you it's at 7 minutes and 31 seconds to 7 minutes and 55 seconds. They would give you the exact timestamp where you went wrong. And where I went wrong back then, there was one of the ladies was eating sheetrock. And I said, you could put her to work and have her gnaw you out a doorway or something. I said something like that, or gnaw you out a window or something. I don't know. I said you could put her to work. She could chew out you a new window or something like that. I got a strike for that. I'm thinking, dang, I can't even I got away from my other videos and just to do funny videos. And I got a strike for that too. So even funny videos, you gotta be careful. Maybe because they were giving me so many strikes, they were like hypersensitive to me. I don't know. Because I thought, what? Because I made fun of her eating sheetrock. Why is anyway? So I got a strike for that, and then I stopped doing that, and I'm like, wow, what is safe? That was long before any, medical stuff. Back then, it's like, dang, I didn't want to do no bullying, but I got, I'm not sure if it was a bullying strike. I'm not sure what it was, but, anyway, they didn't like that. So I think once they hone in on you, it's like a shark that smells blood. You know what I mean? Like once they give you one strike or something, then they keep your eye. It's like the police. You know what I mean? And once they see you're doing trouble, then they keep their eye on you. And that's kind of like how YouTube. If they notice you're maybe not following their laws, then they keep their eye on you. One false move and they pull you over. Yes. You could have a Rapture Donkey channel and then just have all your videos say you're going to have a rapture when donkeys fly. They'd be real short. They could be shorts. Under a minute. Yes, Grace said you're welcome. Hope you're able to grow your channel back and more. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but he must know what I'm talking about. It's like, man, once you lose your subscribers, it's hard to get. You'd think that everybody would just subscribe to your next one, but it doesn't work like that. It's harder. Even the big channels say the same thing. It's ones that, like I said, 2016, man, people were having 100,000 subscribers. And yeah, if anybody wants to come up and chat, I'll put up a link. Just talking about anything. So I should show you guys. I don't think I can show you. I should show you these cans that I got in the mail. I told you about them vegetables I ordered. So I ordered 6, 12, 18. 18 cans. They come in 6-packs. Cans of mixed vegetables. 6-packs. So I got 3 6-packs of mixed vegetables. And a case of paper towels. They put it all into one big giant box. No packing, no nothing. Some cans are jumping around like marbles. So anyway, they go from here. They go from St. Paul to Superior, Wisconsin, which means they missed my drop. And I wanted my money back. I said, because now it will never get here. They said, no, it says it's coming tomorrow. I said, I know it says that. But once you've passed my house and you've gone into Wisconsin, I'm not getting that package anymore. And anyway, it took 2 weeks instead of 3 days. It was for 2 weeks. It was on the back of a truck in Superior, Wisconsin. I said, I don't even want them anymore. They've been in a frozen truck. Now they've been rolling around. Anyway, guess what? They showed up. These cans showed up. They were bouncing around in a truck for 2 weeks. I don't know if they got frozen or what. But anyway, they looked like you took a sledgehammer to all of them. Every one of them looks like a sledgehammer. Every inch of them, top, bottom. Some of them are buckled right in half. I can't believe it. Not only that, I came home. And actually, the delivery was back by my barn, like 100 yards away from my house. I'm like, anyway, unbelievable. You want to see it? All right, I'll show you. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get lighting in here. Turn the camera on here. I'll show you. I'm going to bring them back. Are the seals so good? Yeah, but it said that you could get botulism. I'll show you how messed up this is. Get the camera on here. All right. So here's all the pop somebody gave me today. I don't drink pop. He just brings it out and gives it to me anyway. So here's the cans that came. You see how dented these are? This is what I give my dogs, okay? I put this over their food every day, these mixed vegetables. Anyway, look at the cans. Every one of them. Look at that. That's not just a little dented, you guys. Every one of them, look at. Look at how dented these are. You see how dented it is? Every one of them. Here's another one. Like somebody took a hammer to them. I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can see that. The cat's getting all noisy. Huh? What's dented? It's a can. Here, look out. It's not for you. It's not cat food. See? How what's dented? Yeah, hang on a second. Look at it. Look at it. I don't know if you can see that. That's dented, dude. I mean, that ain't funny. I got 18 of them, man. I put them back in the bag. Look at this. Look at this. This crap. That's not just a little dented, dude. That's like, look at that. Look at this crap. You can see that? You can even see that. You can even see how dented it is. Look at this. Every can, every single one. Every one, look at it. What the heck am I supposed to do with that? It's like somebody took a hammer to these things, man. Every single one of them. Look at it. Not one of them. They're bouncing around this box like a bunch of BBs. Look at it. And some of them are really. Yeah, they jacked them up, didn't they? I mean, there's not one that it wasn't dented. I opened one and gave it to the dogs tonight, but I think I should take the rest back. This is like getting ridiculous. Yeah. Every one of them. Tops, bottoms. I mean, every inch of it is. Oh, crap. Is this some kind of a joke? I waited 2 weeks for this. Even if you were to keep it, how would you store it? I don't know. It says that botulism, once you've compromised the seal, so there's not just the seal on the top here, but there is like look how dented that is. Anyway, there's a lead seal that goes down along the side here. So if the lead seal gets compromised, Or the top gets and sometimes you can't. Oh, yeah, look at that. So yeah, that's what I waited 2 weeks for. There isn't one that's not just destroyed. And look at this one. Can't even get a can opener on this one. Anyway, it says botulism is and they didn't even put packing in here. It was just bouncing around like marbles. Marbles in a big box, you know what I mean? Crazy, huh? Any BPA in the ingredients, they use it for the lining of the can. Why would they have used synthetic estrogen for so many things? Yeah, right? That is true. And the BPA is a female estrogen. It's a hormone. It's a female hormone. And you know, they even put that in your toilet paper. So it doesn't matter. I mean, we're talking everything from your plastic bottles. I mean, and then like that stuff, if it gets warm, that stuff warms up, it releases it even more. Yeah. That's, you know, so the men are being doused with estrogen and the women. So the women have too much estrogen. Hmm. Well, I was thinking about opening them all and then vacuum. I got a vacuum pack, a vacuum seal. I got a sealing machine where I can vacuum pack them and freeze them. I was thinking of, I was thinking of opening them all and put them in freezer bags, but I don't know. That botulism is odorless. You can't smell it. You can't see it. It's invisible. If you, I don't know. But yeah, I guess my only choice would be open them all and freeze them into freezer bags, vacuum pack them. Yeah, bull crap, huh? Bull crap. You know, the funny thing is, I wanted them to cancel my order like a few days ago. I said, listen, I said, I don't know where I don't know where you are, but I'm in Minnesota. And if you look on a map and you see where St. Paul, Minnesota is, and then you look where Superior, Wisconsin is, you'll see that they missed me. It's like if you're going from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I'm right in the middle, okay? Now, the guy went from the East Coast to the West Coast, but missed me. I'm in Kansas, I'm in the middle. Now, you really think that he's going to turn around and come back? No, I'm not getting it. Well, it went on for 2 weeks. And then I said, I've had enough of this. Cancel this order. It wouldn't let me cancel it because it says it. Guess what? Your package is arriving today. I said it has said that every day for 2 weeks. So as long as it's arriving today, they can't cancel it. Right. But it's in Superior, Wisconsin for the last 2 weeks. And it's not moving. I don't want this cans anymore. I said I thought they'd just be frozen. I didn't want frozen cans. Well, I didn't think they would put them in a box like a can of BBs, you know what I mean? Anyway, they almost poked a hole through the box all over the place. You could see the cans almost went through the side of the box. Here, I got these wild cats out here again. Look at, I've been feeding them. I got a customer out there. Look at, it's one of them stray cats I've been feeding. Oh, hey, Patrick, how you doing tonight? That's one of the stray cats. And here's our icicles. Yeah, I got a cat out there. They're liking that food. They're really liking getting fed. Poor things, I don't know. They're eating mice or what. You don't see, well, just put some food out. I knew I had. I thought it was one stray cat. I'd see him on my camera at night, and the dogs would see him on the cameras. And but I was kind of. I thought I was like, maybe my memories are gone because one day the cat would be black and white. The next day it would look different. I'm thinking, well, the cat looks different today. But anyway, I thought, oh, maybe it's two cats. Well, out in my barn, they chewed up the trash because I didn't put it in a container. So they chewed up the bags of trash. They ripped the bags open and chewed them up. Had chicken bones out or something. Then I'm like, dang, those cats must be hungry. And so then, what I do, I put my trash bag outside my door. Next time I go out to my barn, I bring the trash out to the container. And anyway, they were chewing the trash up right outside my door before I even brought it down. So I thought, wow, they must be really hungry if they're coming up to the house and chewing up my trash. So I put out a bowl of food. And guess what? There was not one, not two, not three, but 4 stray cats. It's like they went and told other cats about it. Then there's like a big puffy red one. Like, where'd the red one come from? And so we got a big black one, a big red one, a patchy colored one with different patches colors, and then there's that gray tabby striped one. So we have 4 of them. You're a cat lover except for the unfriendly kind? Yeah. Well, these, if I got bells on the door because the dogs ring the bell when they want to go out. But if they hear the bells, they know that they need to run. So and I have to go to through 2 doors to get outside. So if I open the first door with the bells, they already know. So, and then by the time I get to the second door, they're already far away. They're very skittish. They don't like. They're scared of people. So anyway, but yeah, they. Anyway, welcome back, Patrick. I hope you got some good rest. I think most owners don't raise them right. Yeah. College town, that is almost a city. I'm in a city town, they should be all over. Stray cats, yeah, but if you put food out, though, somehow they tell each other about it. Yeah. Have you spoke with a rep since your delivery? No, I haven't. It just came yesterday. Yep. Yep, they wouldn't let me cancel the order. I said it's anyway. Yeah. It's such a pain in the butt. Oh, and as a matter of fact, she said, please give it one more day. And if it don't come to by tomorrow, then you can cancel it. And I said, it's been 2 weeks, and they're probably wrecking my cans of food right now. I just want my refund. I said, well, I should get compensated because this happens a lot. And I said, this is why I started ordering from Amazon again. Just because of this, because they never do stuff like this. And she goes, I said, I should get some kind of compensation, I think, don't you? And she said, well, yeah, I could give you a $10 gift certificate. I said, I would like that. So she gave me a $10 gift certificate. I said, yeah, I think I would feel better. And that would make me feel a little better. You know what I mean? And so what happens? They ruin $10 worth of vegetables the next day. I'm like, wow, I think I just got just broke even. They give me $10 and then they ruin $10 worth of vegetables. Am I even, or should I? Anyway, so I was complaining, but in a nice way. Like, I think I should get some kind of compensation or something, because this is like, don't you think I'm waiting for vegetables and paper towels for 2 weeks? And I know it's out in some truck somewhere. I think most owners don't raise them right. No. Somebody might be dropping cat off at your house. People do. Oh, I've had people drop cats off at my house. I got one right now, and behind me, it got dropped off. That's usually how I get them. But these are wild ones, Sandra. You can't go near them. And they're puffy. They look like, I don't know, like a raccoon or something. They're just puffballs because they are outdoor cats. And I did go into my woodshed one day, and me and the dogs, and I didn't know a cat was in there, but he was up on the rafters, and all of a sudden he just like ricocheting everywhere. I'm like, holy crap! I didn't even know what it was at first, just ricocheting, and I'm like, holy crap! And it took off, and Sprout took off right after chasing it. That thing took off, and anyway, it went up a tree. I'm thinking, what in the hell was that? It was a cat. Like, it was living in here? Anyway, but that's one of the cats that's out there right now, the patchy one. Yeah. I think they'll compensate you again, try to make up for the air. Yeah. What I think I'm gonna do is just bring them to Walmart and walk in there with my order number and I just want to replace them. That's all. I just want them replaced. You miss your cat, 70s, 80s, and 90s. 1972 to 2001, then never had a cat after then. Really? No, you don't want a cat? Well, when the last ones go, that's it. I'm done with cats. I'll ride it out the rest of the way with dogs. I've always had cats and dogs, but you know what? I was down to one cat too. When I moved up here, I was down to one cat. And then one came back like a boomerang. One that I've given away twice, it came back again. And then, you guys, my friend dropped 2 cats off here. I found a home for one of them, and I got kind of a little attached to the other one. He looks like a cartoon cat, like a drawing. Like, oh, what's that cartoon cat? Felix. He looks like Felix. Got that weird face. Anyway, I thought I'll keep him. He's nice. So now I'm back to 3 cats, and yeah, I thought I was in the clear. I had one down to 1. I've lived in a studio apartment since 2001. No space. Yeah, no space for a cat. Kathy, you might want to fill Patrick in on what the clown has been doing. He got a hold of Patrick's email address. Yeah. People have told me that my best art is the ones with cats. I draw them with a certain style. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Patrick, I was just mentioning earlier, and I'm not going to be mentioning him anymore, but Donnie has been in here for a while, and he's just done some nasty things to some of us. He's been making videos about us. He kind of flipped the switch on all of us. He says the channel is for effing idiots and all this stuff. Yeah, Donnie. It says this channel is for effing idiots, and anyway, he's been making. It is odd. He's been making it. He says he's blocked us, and he's not going to tell us why. He says he's not going to bother to tell us why, but he can't stand the channel. He hates everything we talk about and all this other stuff. So I would be careful. I know you guys swapped emails or whatever, but yeah, he's really flipped the script on everybody. So he's not going to be on the channel anymore. Gray says, because he was a fake to begin with, he's been playing us all along. He flipped it. What flipped him out? We don't know, Patrick. He won't tell us. He says he's not going to bother to tell us. But then he's making videos about us for the last 2 weeks, basically calling us effing idiots. Saying that we don't let him have his own opinion. Are you kidding? The whole premise of this channel is everybody gets their own opinion. Gray says he's been trolling, lurking, stalking Kathy and me since 2018. Well, prayers for, yeah, that's right, Patrick. That's right. But yeah, so you guys, anybody that wants to contact him outside my channel, that's totally up to you. But as far as this channel, we're done. We're done. Like I said, he's been making attack videos about us for 2 weeks now. He puts them up and takes them down. Puts them up and takes them down. He's got, I don't know, half a dozen of them. He keeps putting them up, taking them down. And trying to get my channel taken down. So anyway, I just want to warn people, and just in case people are wondering why he isn't here anymore, I don't know, you can ask him or not. But anyway, as far as this, me and this channel, we're done. I'm not going to guess what I did wrong with anybody, okay? I'm done playing that game. It wasn't fun the first time. It wasn't fun for the first 20 years or 17 years, however long I was married. Married 17 years. I already played that game. I don't like the guess what I did wrong game. All right, not playing that again. So, if you want to tell me what people want to tell me what I did wrong, you know me. You know me. You've seen what people have done to me, and guess what? I forgive them and let them come back. Everybody makes mistakes, man. I screw up. I make mistakes. I mean, I ain't perfect. But yeah, man, if I make somebody mad, tell me what I did wrong, man. I'm not gonna sit there and guess. Heck that, man. I got stuff to do. I don't like games. I like some games that are fun, but not those games. That's not fun. Anyway, so that's that. What else, guys? I don't know what else. Water off a duck's back. That's right, Patrick. Water off a duck's back. That's right. I've forgotten about it already. But we did have a really fun night of what was it? Bible Jeopardy. And so that was fun. Yeah, this channel is about having a good time, man. And Bible studying and all that good stuff. I don't like the drama. There are actual drama channels, and I could give you the names of them if anybody wants it. But this isn't one of them. Oh, man. Yeah. I guess he's uploading right now, somebody said. So, yeah. Anyway. So, enough of the phony baloney. You can only help those who want to be helped. That's right. Can't help anyone. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we try to be nice, try to help people, but there's always going to be somebody that wants to, I don't know. Anyway. So, anybody want to come up? I'll put up a link. What I don't know. What else? I don't know what else. 324. Yep. Oh. Well. Otherwise, guys, I don't know what else to say. Oh, I gotta make a short little video about something, maybe tomorrow. Anyway, we got a lot of snow melting, still got a lot left. Maybe we'll go out and walk around a little tomorrow. Show you how much is melted. It was like 10 feet tall in my driveway where it was plowed. Oops. Man, I hate this thing. So, yeah, this thing just came up. Walmart is closing a batch of stores in 2023. So they've set it up now to where you can steal from the store. Certain states, you can steal like $1,000. You can steal like up to $1,000 before they'll like chase you. So people have just been walking into Walmart, especially homeless people or whoever. They just walk into Walmart and they steal tents and camping equipment and just walk out with it. And they've so the loss prevention is pretty much zero. They just let people walk out now. And it's so bad, like in California, certain states, it's so bad that people like go in and steal a bunch of stuff and then just go down either there or go home or wherever and just line it all, unload stuff and sell like they're having a garage sale with all their stolen stuff. And it's just right out in the open. People aren't doing anything about it. They got tags from Target or Walmart. You can tell it's just that you got all these shoes. And anyway, so now they're closing all these stores due to the amount of loss from shoplifters. Well, they made a rule where you can take all you want up to 1,000 without getting caught. Well, the word got out, so people are just pushing cartloads out. And you see all them people living in tents in Tent City. Well, they ain't got no tents left. Everything's stolen, all the camping stuff. So now they're closing all these stores. I think it was might have been a well-crafted plan. I don't know. So you could all order online. So you too can get dented up cans of vegetables. Like I said, that was for my dogs, man. I'm not even feeding that to my dogs. Hell no. Unreal. Anyway. I think they do, you guys. I think they do just want to. I think they do want an excuse to just get everybody to order online. Or the stores that are open, they'll have you come and do one of those pickups. You know how they always have people shopping for other people now? Like, I can't imagine somebody picking out my bananas and my grapes and like my loaf of bread. No, man, no, because you know what? When I go shopping, no, I want the freshest loaf of bread. I will dig. I'll go back to the back of bread, the bread shelf. I want the freshest loaf of bread. I don't want expiring in 2 days. No, I want the freshest one. Same with the milk. Same with all of it. I don't want grapes all shriveled up and half rotted. No, I want good ones. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, they got everybody shopping for you. So then all you do is like pull up, tell them what your order number is, and they'll just give it to you. You don't even have to go in the store. I think that's what they're pushing for. And you know what? One thing I think that they're really another thing that they're doing kind of it's like slow motion that so nobody's seeing it. And this is what they do with all their agendas. They kind of roll it out real slow, like slow motion. So like a frog in boiling water. They just don't never see it what's happening. And remember the Georgia Guidestones? They had anyway, it was maintain population. And then one of them was get rid of all petty court systems. Get rid of the court system and petty lawsuits and all this stuff. And only have the government rule everything. And you know what? They've been doing that. They have been, for one thing, people get arrested now, they get released. You could be a fugitive from justice with $50,000 bond, and you guess what? They'll go. It's like catch and release now. Hardly anybody's in jail. They're really like it used to be. Boy, if you had any kind of warrant, even if it was an unpaid ticket, you got arrested. It was a big deal. You got put in jail. It was a big deal. Now you could rob a place and you'd be out on recognizance. Anyway, they're barely keeping anybody. Now a lot of the courts, when you instead like say you're in trouble and you have to go to court. Well, you don't go to court anymore. You just call in on the phone and they do a video appearance. So it's you and your attorney on another screen and the judge is on another screen. You know, it's like a conference call. That's how they do it now, you guys. You don't even go to court half the time. They're just doing this. And so without arresting people for crimes, and if they do arrest you, they just release you by dinner time. And it seems like just everything in the Georgia Guidestones is like slow motion happening. Okay, so what's going to happen eventually? They're just going to stop. And what else are they doing? It's right in front of us, you guys. The 1A community, the First Amendment auditing community. You got cop watchers out there. They call themselves cop watchers. Well, it started out that like they would like see something happening and maybe a cop was like look like they're treating somebody unfair, or maybe they might beat them or hurt them or something, so they're videotaping them, protect the person's rights or whatever. They're like watching to make sure the cops aren't breaking laws. Well, that turned into going and provoking the police, calling them names, just provoking a trouble. I think they're put out there on purpose. For one thing, it's probably going to have effect on people not being able to videotape. They antagonize. They go up there provoking the police, wanting a fight. Well, that's not what it started out, but that's what it turned into. Okay. Yeah, crime. Well, they are, Patrick. They're hardly doing anything anymore. And so and so what do you have? You can commit the crimes you want. You're really not going to get arrested. The courts aren't even courts anymore. I mean, they still have like the murder trials there and certain they have trials. If you're going to go to a jury trial, yeah, you're going to go down there for a jury trial. I don't think they do them on conference, but I know somebody that just got called to jury duty. So he yeah, there's still trials going on. But it's not anyway, they're morphing it into now it's just you go to court from home. You just call in on the phone and do your court like that. You don't even go down there, which I guess is handy. But anyway, so as you can see, it's like the stores, you're going to be on your own, okay? And what are they doing to the cops? So every video that they put up, the cops look stupid. Looks like the Three Stooges. Well, I'm not giving you. Oh, well, can I see your ID? No, I don't have to give you my ID. I got my rights not to give you ID. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then after a while, now the cop looks stupid, and then the cop has to do the walk of shame and go back to the car and drive away. And see, that's how you treat these cops, man. You gotta stand up to these cops. Oh, the first time if I did or you did it, we'd get cuffed and stuffed, you know. But anyway, so they're making the police look incompetent. So, like, why are we paying these police? And what happened during the riots? I live in Minnesota. So does Grace. We saw our town get burned down. I grew up in St. Paul. She was more Minneapolis. But we saw places that we went to be burned to the ground, and the cops were all standing down watching it happen. The whole city got burnt and trashed, smashed and trashed, looted, while the cops all stood off to the side, texting on their phones, shooting the shit, while they're all over there looting, running out in handfuls of everything. And the cops just sat there. I mean, again, the cops looked completely worthless. Oh, you better bring in the military. Oh, martial law, yeah, that thing. Bring in the martial law thing and tanks. We had, you guys, we had military. We had it looked like them videos on like Iraq where that there's a Target store, but there's a like military tank and a bunch of soldiers with like AR-15s wrapped on their shoulders, and they're just walking around texting or whatever, talking to each other. But they're there, like at the entrance of a Target store in St. Paul, like military. We saw tanks driving on our street. It was amazing. And then there was a point where in St. Paul, I know St. Paul. I've worked all over St. Paul. I've lived there, worked there, and I knew all these places. You heard about the plastic bags? I am charging for plastic bags. Yeah. Well, it's another thing. Well, that they're doing everything. And what did Walmart and all these places do? They fired all their people, and now they got you begging it. You check your own. You're the cashier now. We have to be the cashier. Yeah, you have to be the. Or they got one cashier, but you're gonna wait about 45 minutes while everybody else goes through and goes home and eats. By the time you're still waiting for the one cashier, all there. Yeah, you got to be the cashier now. Well, we should get a discount for that. No, you don't get a discount. You don't get nothing. Yeah. What did George Guidestone say? Get rid of the petty courts and the police and all that stuff. Well, that's what they're doing right in front of us. You see the courts? Pretty soon they're going to be closed. Well, like I said, right now, I personally know people who are in trouble. And guess what? They get arrested, they're out the same day. Get arrested, out the same day. There's people who get pulled over, have warrants, and the cops let them drive off. Because why? Well, the guy that runs the jail says it's overflowing. That'll let people out. It's just too many. Minneapolis seems kind of rough. Parts of Milwaukee, Chicago, much worse. There's nice parts of Minneapolis, and there's horrible parts. We call it Murder-apolis because there's murders all the time there, you guys. I told you guys so, but one day I was doing live streams a few years ago. I've been doing live streams every night for years, but I told you guys one night I came home and I did a live stream. I told you guys that day, I was driving the two guys. We went out to Minneapolis, went right down Lake Hemgen, right down Lake Street, right through the crime area. Went and pulled carpet, and on our way back, we were going the exact same route back. Cops everywhere. Everything is. There was this drive-by shooting at a gas station, and a little kid in the back seat got shot. I mean, just like wow. It wasn't even like 2 hours when we came back. It was like, or just a couple hours. Came back, we couldn't even go way around. Everybody got routed out. Every day, shootings. It's really bad. But there's parts of St. Paul like that too. There's parts of St. Paul. There's parts of Minneapolis like that. There's actually, it's really weird because St. Paul and Minneapolis are just the same. You could be in St. Paul. Now I worked everywhere. I worked in real estate. We go to a different house every day. So I've been in houses all over St. Paul, all over Minneapolis. So I know the area. Going to different houses all the time. But like Like they will have, they have a Summitdale area used to be like the worst of the worst in St. Paul, but it's like completely flipped. I worked there in the 80s. When I got out of school, I did my internship down at a doctor's office down there in the worst part of town. I mean, the worst part of town. I did my internship there, and then I ended up working there for that doctor for a while. Rough part of town. Now, as they flipped it 30 years later, it's like very high class. But you just go over a bridge, just over a bridge. It's not even a big one. It's not a river, just a bridge, one street. Well, you go down and just go over past one stop sign, and you're into the rough neighborhood. It goes from the super rich to the super poor, the homeless, in like one block. And like the rich people end, and then and the poor people start. It's just like a sharp line. Minneapolis is exact same. Minneapolis has places like Lake Calhoun. They've got Lake Minnetonka. They've got places that are for the super rich. I've worked in those houses. I actually emptied a house, $1 million house, that a beautiful house. They were going to demolish it. Why? To build a $5 million house. I'm like, wow, these people got money. But then, like, I'm not kidding, 2, 3 blocks away, it was the worst part. It's just like one street. Yeah, North Minneapolis is rough. Yeah, but one street will divide the poor and the super poor and the super rich, which is really weird. So yeah, Minneapolis is rough. North Minneapolis is rough. Well, North Minneapolis has been rough, but like it's just so weird though. They'll have like little pockets of really nice areas inside these, and you saw it in the riots. I don't know if anybody watched. I watched the riots because I watched places where I knew it was really sad. I watched places I went to burn down, landmarks burned down, stores I went to burned down. You know, really cool Arby's I went to. Been there for 50 years. That burned down. They, you know, and I think they did, and I don't know if it's intentional, but I think they do this. I think that certain cities they will tear. What they do is they tear down. They want to erase the history. So what they do, it was sad watching everything burn. It was. That was stuff that we grew up with. And they were just burning it to the ground for no reason. Cops were just sitting there watching it. Uh, there's a channel called Unicorn Riot, and he covered it. He was there. There was a couple channels covering it, but they're just trash. I'm thinking, oh heck no, they're at the AutoZone down on University. I'm like, oh heck no. You know how many times I've been in that AutoZone? Just every store. It's like, oh, not that one. Yeah, it was really sad. As a matter of fact, so yeah. Anyway, um, but I think that they do. They try to erase history by, well, you'll see them. They pull down the monuments with um, Gorbachev and all that. Every country does it. They take down monuments. They burn down things. Like I noticed during our riots in St. Paul, Minneapolis, and the Twin Cities, our riots, I noticed that they were burning down landmarks. Like even that Arby's. There's an Arby's. I don't know if it's Lake or Hennepin. It's in Minneapolis, right down there where all the bad stuff started. At Target down there and all that. There's this landmark Arby's, and it's really weird. It's like in this triangle street, and it's just a landmark. It's been there forever. One of those events was in my old neighborhood on the street I lived on, 1 block away. Yeah, you know what's really weird? They ended up bringing the military in. We saw tanks. We saw military. It was just like this was just like wasn't even. It was like surreal. Like didn't even feel real. Anyway, I'm thinking, dang, that's their. Anyway, and right in my old neighborhood, the house I just sold. I just sold that house like a year before. I sold my house right down there. I'm thinking, dang, I'm glad I don't live down there anymore. Yeah, so damn mad burning. Yeah, started burning it down, and the cops just sat there, told to stand down, let them do it. So they burnt down all these like historical things. Like it's almost like they targeted them. I mean, but it was sad. It was really sad. I mean, I've seen it in other countries for sure, but I've even seen it in other states. Like when they had those, remember that Michael Brown? They had that shooting, and then it was at Mississippi. I can't remember where it was, but anyway, they had them riots and stuff. And anyway, I've seen them like in Chicago or something. But yeah, when it's in Europe where you grew up and all that, it's just like crazy. But anyway, that is I think part of it. But anyway, when the military came in, burn to build back better. That's right, and that's what they do. That's exactly good point, Grace. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. What they do is burn everything down, and they build back better. Guess what? I live in a town who's got a Freemasonic monument. I live in a town where we have a fire museum because I think it was in the 1800s or whatever. There was a freak. They called it the perfect storm. Really? Yeah. So they burnt down this whole hundreds of acres. They burnt down this town and then the next city down, which it's about 20 miles away. Burnt it down to the ground. And then they got a Freemasonic obelisk, to and a fire museum, of course. Anyway, it looked like total arson to me. But anyway, what happened here? Burned it to the ground and built back better. Guess what they built? Oh, we got a like every time we got a Freemason lodge. And we got even a weird. We got a lodge called the Odd Fellows. Guess what? The guy that built this house here. I'm sitting in the house that this guy built, and he was a Freemason, and he was in the Order of the Odd Fellows, they call it. And it looks like it's dwindled down to not many people. I think it's one of them dying Freemasonic organizations, but yeah, they, if that way they can get it. Guess what? If you have a town and you're not in charge of it, burn it down, start over, build it the way you want it. Now you're in charge of it. I mean, that's kind of, I think, what happened. But yeah, that's the phoenix rising from the ashes. You know what I mean? But that's what we saw during the riots. It's like, dang. And again, what do you think that does? It makes the police look incompetent. Well, look, the police couldn't even handle these guys, throwing rocks through Target windows and running in, grabbing handfuls of everything, TVs, clothes, shoes, packs of gum, everything. There's everything. They just stripped it, and what they didn't take, they busted up and destroyed and burnt down or whatever. And the police just stood there and watched it. And then, oh, it's just too bad for the police. We're going to have to get the military in there. Yeah, get the military. And now we got military crawling all over the place because now it's a declared emergency martial law. Now everybody has to go into lockdown. Lockdown? Yeah, you can't leave your house now after, what was it, Grace? We couldn't leave our house after 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? 10 p.m., I think, because of the riots. I'm like, oh, heck no. And it might have been for COVID too. I don't know. But during the riots, there was lockdowns. I'm like, I don't live around there, but because I got a feeling this place is going to hell in a handbasket, I don't think nothing is coming back better. They better put God back and everything first, because I got a feeling this place is going to hell in a handbasket. Well, it is. It is and it isn't. I don't believe it's the end of the world or the tribulation or any of that anymore. I think they're doing exactly what they said they're going to do. They told you they're going to do the New World Order. It's not coming, you guys. It's been here. See, if people think it's coming, then they think there's still time to do something about it. I know I didn't pay attention to the road. I didn't either. I even hooked up my trailer and went to did jobs, picked up construction stuff, did all kinds of stuff. And yep, a curfew. We had a curfew, you guys. I mean, what are we like? 12? 12 years old? We got a curfew? We have to be in by 11, or what was it, 10 o'clock? I can't remember. Maybe it was 9. I can't remember because I didn't. And up here, you guys, I don't even go out. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, man. It's so dark out here. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face if I went outside. It is so dark. You can't even see where you're stepping. So I make a point to be home before dark because you can't see out here. So I didn't really care about that. But if I wanted to go somewhere, I would have went somewhere. But yeah, I don't think it's really the end of the world. And if people say, "Well, it's never been this bad ever. This is the worst it's ever been," nah, number one, you don't know because you haven't lived any other time. We're all going on. We gotta believe what they've telling us, and they're nothing but liars. So, but what I do know is it's been much worse than it is now. I know it seems bad and all that, but it's been much worse. There have been, centuries ago, we had, well, even 100 or 200 years ago, I mean, people shot each other. It was the Wild West, you know what I mean? And if it looked like it was legit, they just buried you and all that. But if you go back further than that, you even go back to 2,000 years to Jesus' time, whatever, and go back to that time. I mean, during the first century when Jesus is doing his ministry, where did they go? They went to the gates of hell, which is at the bottom of it was Caesarea Philippi, whatever, Caesarea Philippi, at the bottom of that mountain. And what were they doing there? He wanted the guys to take a good look. Look at this. Well, it was a place where people went to sacrifice your children to the gods. So here people are going handfuls of children, babies, and throwing them in, a big hole with water. They're throwing them in a fire. They're doing this out in the open, you guys. 100% legal. And people say, "Well, what about the homosexual laws?" No, it's legal. You guys, it always was legal. Always was legal. They didn't criminalize it. They didn't make it illegal until, I don't know how long ago, 100 years ago or something. So it's always been legal. It's like anything. It's like, well, I mean, you could say same with alcohol. Well, alcohol is legal now. We're right. It always was. Just because they criminalize it and say put a prohibition on alcohol and say you can't drink anymore, it's against the law. And then later they say, okay, we're decriminalizing, you can drink it again. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the end of an era. Change is here, but it doesn't mean the earth is doomed. Be in charge. You see, be the change you want to see. It starts with all of us at individual level. Exactly. And you know what? Everybody's responsible for yourself. You got to watch out for yourself. When you bring your dog to the doctor, you better know what they're trying to pitch to you, okay? Because just like any good salesman, they're going to sell you everything they got to stick in your dog. You know what I'm saying? Just like the doctor. So you got to know. You go in there, listen, no, you're going to treat my dog for whatever, this thing I can't treat. But no, it's not going to be poked with anything. You got to be your own advocate no matter where you go. You go to the doctor yourself. No, they tell you like Stella. 2 weeks ago, she's doing live streams, working a water pump, getting ready to go on a trip, but she's got to go get her shoulder checked out. 2 weeks later, she's dead. No, see, you got to be your own advocate because you'll fall prey. You got to watch out for yourself. You know what I mean? Everything, illegally too, with the police, everything, everywhere, no matter where you go. Anywhere you go to the grocery store, you got to be your own advocate. You can buy all the garbage and poison and Mountain Dew and Diet Cokes and all this garbage and Cheetos and hot Takis and all this garbage, and then microwave it. And you know what I mean. Or you can watch out for yourself and not do all that stuff. I mean, again, every move you make every day, it's death by 1,000 cuts. They're trying every which way to get you. You got to educate yourself and watch out for yourself. Yeah, make the change. It starts with us. That's right. You really can't listen. Nobody can go against the government and try to stop the New World Order and try to, bring down Trump or all that crap. I mean, I tell you what you can do. You can go at your local level. Go on your school board or school board meetings or your local stuff, your local whatever, your town hall meetings and crap like that. It's about that you can do. So it's not hopeless. But yeah, you don't want to be around riots next time. Get out of the cities. That's what I did. First time in my life, I moved 100 miles out north, away from everything. I didn't know anybody here, but you know what? So what? I very quickly met people. All right, Sandra. She's gonna jump off, and you're gonna take a road trip with your husband tomorrow. Well, enjoy the road trip, Sandra. Have fun. Good night. Yeah, and it is kind of end of an era, but safe travel, Sandra. Love you, girl. Enjoy. Yep. Have fun, Sandra. Thanks for coming in tonight. It was nice seeing you. Yeah, I mean, it might seem that, and then people, well, look at the price of food. Yeah, you know what? This is exactly what it did in the 70s, you guys. Exact same prices were in the 70s. Same spike. All right, everything went up over double. Instead of well, I mean, I bought the same stuff forever. Used to buy jars of spaghetti for 88 cents. Now they are $2.40 or something. So that's double to triple the food prices. Well, same thing happened in the late 70s. Same thing. Super high gas prices, all that stuff. I was around in this late 70s. I got married in I gotta think about it, 1980. But I was out driving and doing all that stuff in the 70s. But yeah, I got married in 1980, and it was that's when kind of everything kind of bottomed out or whatever, and super high inflation. They were handing out. You could get a car loan. It was ridiculous. So inflation goes. So when the inflation goes up, so it was towards the end of the 70s. Remember Jimmy Carter? Then he kind of went out, and it was just when he left, it was just it was terrible. The food prices were so high, just like right now. And I showed you that graph where it goes inflation goes up, 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 like a roller coaster goes up, and then it hits a point and it starts to come down, just like a roller coaster. But then, right after it starts to come down, it plateaus, it goes flattens off for a little bit. So it's inflation, then stagnation, then deflation, then it drops. And when it drops, that's when your interest rates go way up. Everything's cheap, but your interest rates going up, the prices. And I remember I got married in 1980, and we went and got a car loan, and we really couldn't afford the car loan. I remember it was a new car. It was almost a new car. We couldn't afford it, but they gave loans to everybody and anybody, even if you could afford it or not. It was like a 21% interest on a car loan, or 17. It was horrible. But anyway, um, if you live through it, you know what I'm talking about. And that's exactly what's going on right now. You had a good run for a while, you know what I mean? And then that same with the housing market. It happened in 2008, 2009. That's when I bought my last house, 2009, at the bottom of the market. Then it bottomed out, right? 2009. That's when I bought my house. I bought my house half price, my last house. Then it went up, 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 up. And then what? In 2019, exactly 10 years later, it is, well, I'd say 2020, it skyrocketed again. And that's when I sold, when it was really high. And it's the same thing. I mean, what they say, history repeats itself. So just look what happened in the past with the same thing, same exact thing. So no, it's not going to the food's not going to keep going up, 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 up. I mean, it might. I showed pictures in the 1920s and the Great Depression where they were coming out of the banks with wheelbarrows filled with cash. Wheelbarrows filled with stacks of cash. And they were bringing it home and throwing it in the fireplace for heat because giant bundles of cash were cheaper than heating. It was cheaper to heat their furnace, cheaper to throw dollar bills in their furnace than it was to throw money in their furnace. I mean, to throw wood or fuel in the furnace. So, I know a lot of Christians feel hopeless, like, oh, it's the end of the world and this is the end. And, that's what they want you to think, you guys. Because if you think it's the end, guess what? Win, 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 win for them. You stop fighting against them because you think it's futile. What do they say? Resistance is futile. Like, don't even try to fight. You've lost the battle. So if you feel you've lost the battle, you're not even going to fight anymore. You're not going to have children because that's, the population. That's a big one for them. Big agenda is the population control. So, yeah, if you think it's the end of the world, you're not going to be having no kids. You know how many people are not having kids because they think it's the end of the world? Lots. So it works out real good for them. And just think about and look at how depressed the Christians are. They're just no, it's the end. It's over. It's over. Really. Yep. So anyway, I really wouldn't worry. I would personally, me, whatever anybody does, it's your business. Personally, me, I just enjoy my life. Lord willing, I'll be planting some more fruit trees this year. So maybe in a few years, I'll have some more fruit growing and trees. And, I'm always planning for my future. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But if you feel like it's doomsday and everybody's life is over, they got you where they want you to be. I would move out of the cities. I did. I moved out of the cities. Get away from the fluoride water and the pollution and the Wi-Fi and all that, all the things that are killing people. And yep. I mean, you know what? The people up here are really good people, really, really good people. Most of them, you know what I mean? You can have jerks everywhere, but good people. These are God-fearing people, hard-working people. Mostly, a lot of them farmers. You name it, but hardworking, good people. Reminds me of living back in the 70s up here. People have landlines. They still write checks at the grocery store. It's just like it's so slow paced. I like it. Uh, anyway, well, I suppose I could wrap it up too. Um, but if you know the Georgia Guidestones, what I was saying though is if you know the Georgia Guidestones, and they tore them down, you guys, because and you know what somebody brought up was and by the way, when they did come down, when Georgia Guidestones came down, it was very ritualistic. Anyway, by the numbers and all that. You might be moving closer to me, really, Grace. Really? Soon? What? How close? That is cool. You know, Grace, I do have a spare room at my house. If you ever want to move all the way up here. You're looking at some property, are you? It's funny because I always look at the properties up here. I could, if you told me a property you're looking at, I would say I know that property because I constantly, almost every day, I look at the MLS listings online, the MLS Minnesota online listing. Because I know somebody who's looking for property up here, so but I look all the time. So yes, yeah, check the MLS listings. It's great. They got it. You could go. I do the map. I do the map setting. Just do the map and blow up an area that you want, and just look in that area, and that's cool. I love living up here. I love it. I would also. Pine City is good. So is Sandstone. There's a lot of places around here that are good. Sandstone's you got some rocks up there. If you're gonna drill a well, you gotta watch out in sandstone because they got lots of rock. They actually have a road. One of the highways is cut right through the rock. It's kind of cool. It's just cut right into they cut like a slice out of the mountain, and it's really cool. Really, well, that's cool, Grace. I don't know if anybody that wouldn't love it up here. It's so small town. It's really cool. I like it. Yeah, well, that's cool, Grace. That would be exciting. I would love to have you move close and we go to some sales and stuff together. It's going to be garage selling soon. I shouldn't even think about going, but I love garage selling. So anyway, as soon as the snow melts, yeah, just a nice place to live. All right. Well, anything else? Nobody wants to come up and say hi. Otherwise, I'll crank it down. And yeah, you can go selling in my garage. You'd be in there a week and still finding stuff. I was just out there today looking at my stuff, thinking, "Dang, I did keep it pretty clean over the. I kept it clean over the winter because I only hauled in maybe 2 loads. Usually, there's so many loads. I can't even park in there by the end of the winter. But this year, I didn't. I only had a few jobs, so it's still pretty organized. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. You know what else they have up here? They have a lot of auctions, like property auctions. They got farms up here. They got all kinds of property auctions with cool stuff, and they got vehicles, ATVs, all kinds of cool stuff. Sometimes they got older, cool vehicles too. I want to get another older vehicle and maybe work on it and fix it up again. I used to do that. I used to have old sports cars and fix them up. Trans Am. Um, I had a Charger, a Dukes of Hazzard car. I had a Corvette. I had more than one Trans Am. Corvette, um, Dukes of Hazzard car. I had a Mercury Cougar. Um, I've had a lot of sports cars. I can't remember them all. But I'd like to get an old sports car again and work on that. Have something fun, a nice project. But up here, it's just fun. The kind of stuff. Go around and you know what? That's what people do up here. As a matter of fact, I was shocked. You know, when I had my first sale up here, I had that big pole barn sale. I was worried there wasn't going to be anybody coming because I mean we're up in a tiny small town. Well, people came all the way from the Twin Cities all the way up here. Not only that, but the people that live up here, they were coming 2, 3, 4 times. They're coming back. They're coming back, and they're coming back with other people, coming back with family. And I went nonstop for 6 days, from Sunday through Friday. I went 6 days straight, both times, and it was nonstop the whole time. And a couple times I'd say to people, "Man, I can't believe how many people keep coming to the sale. They just never stop." And somebody said, "This is all we do up here. There's nothing else to do except go to sales." And I'm like, that's kind of cool. But yeah, and I think I had more business up here than I did right when I was in the cities. I've had a lot of sales. I used to have you do estate sales. I used to do estate sales for Coldwell Banker and for their clients, the realtors I work for, and I always had good crowds. Always had good crowds. Well, I had just as good a crowd, if not more, up here. It was so weird. I was so worried it wasn't going to be anybody. Anyway, that's not the case. I found the best sales are in the middle of nowhere. They are. And not only that, the prices are low. They have stuff like for 20 cents. I mean, 20 cents. I had like a whole bags full of stuff. A couple bags. I went out to my truck. I think I spent $3 like bagfuls. Yeah, it's pretty fun. But my prices are kind of high. But it's okay. They bought it anyway. But anyway, we have flea markets starting too. I might be doing some of the flea markets, you guys. If I do, you know what? I'm gonna set my phone on a tripod and do a live stream. I'm gonna live stream if I do go and set up at the flea market. If I do get a vending spot there, I will put up a live stream on that. And then if anybody steals something, I can roll the beautiful bean footage later and find out who did it. Wazzy. I had the sometimes I had I had my security running in case anybody did anything over here in the yard, but usually you gotta roll the usually you don't notice at the time. It'll be later you'll notice. You know what? One thing I did notice got stolen from my last sale. There's always some. At first, I thought somebody stole a bunch of license plates because I had probably 300 license plates, and it just looked like some were missing. And I only left to go in the house once. Anyway, but one thing I did notice was missing was, and if I see it somewhere, I'm gonna spot it from a mile away. It was a belt buckle, and it was in it was a brand new belt buckle, and it was in a box with like foam or whatever. And it was a belt buckle with like 4 or 5 cards. Like it was brass, and it had like playing cards, like a full house or something. You know, it had playing cards, 5 cards spread out. But it was a belt buckle. It was like gambling, a gambler's belt buckle or something. Anyway, kind of towards the end of the sale, I was going down, kind of tightening things up because a lot of stuff gets sold, so you just kind of tighten it up and everything. And I noticed there's that empty box with the foam in it, and the belt buckle's missing. I thought, oh, sons of bees, somebody stole it. But and it wasn't much. I think I had $5 on it or something. But somebody stole that. I thought, wow. And I don't know how much stuff really got stolen, but that's one thing I noticed because they didn't take the box; they took it out of the box. So anyway, and that's something I would have to probably go watch the video. Hey, cat. I poured cat food in the bowl, and then I put the bag next to the bowl. Well, he doesn't want it in the bowl. He wants it out of the bag, so he's trying to open the bag. Anyway, so anything else, guys? 'Cause, I'll be here at noon tomorrow still talking if somebody doesn't stop me. So, hey, it's the same in the bowl as in the bag. Goodness. All right. Anything else? Otherwise, I'll just wrap it up. Oh my goodness, cat just doesn't stop. Anything else? It is Ramadan right now, you guys. I think it's the second or third day. So if you're in Minneapolis, you're probably hearing the music. Some people like that music, and I don't know, maybe it's all right. But I know last year, I think for sure last year, they got a permit through the city of Minneapolis to blast that on the loudspeakers. And some people didn't like it, the Ramadan music. It's like a Muslim prayer call, I think it is. Prayer call. Kitten does say they added floor flame. Yeah, he just knocked the bag on the floor, but it's got a zip top on the top of it, so it hasn't spilled yet. He's looking at it though. He's hoping it will just open up and pour out for him. But yeah, so if you're Muslim, you're doing the Ramadan right now. But I'm not sure when Passover. When is Passover? I don't know if I got that marked. It's different every time. Oops. When is Passover? The evening. It starts the evening of April 5th to the Wednesday, April 5th evening, of course, sunset to sunset Thursday, April 13th. It starts April 5th. Call to prayer. I haven't heard it this year. I think they did the public blast for the lockdown. Oh, it might be. Yeah, that might have been for the lockdown case. Because yeah, like if you're in St. Paul, and I think it's at noon. It's a couple times a day, but I think it's around noon. If you're on University Avenue in St. Paul, you will see them because Muslims got a lot of stores down there and University. As a matter of fact, the Walmart and University, it might have closed. I know there's a big sinkhole there. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, it was all Muslim run. That Walmart, like even the greeter when you walk in, the greeter was a Muslim woman with the thing over her head or whatever, and every cashier, every person. I thought, wow, this is so weird because it's actually mostly black area, university down there, Frogtown they call it, Frogtown. I don't know why they call it Frog Town, but they do. But anyway, but for some reason the Muslims were running anything anyway. But if you drive down University, and they have their shops all over the place, you'll see them on the sidewalk if it's nice out. You'll see them on the sidewalk, kneeling down, praying, facing the east or whatever. But anyway, they well, yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them. But yeah, it might have been just for the lockdown. They did the public blast. Not sure. Yeah, it is a call to prayer. That's what it is. It's Anyway, I've heard it. I actually, not that long ago, I looked it up on YouTube, and it is actually, you can look it up. Ramadan call to prayer, music or song or whatever you want. It's just this prayer, but you can look it up and listen to it. And but some people love it. Even if they're not Muslim, they like it. They stop to pray wherever they. Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. No matter where they are. But the shop owners, the ones that own the businesses there, they will come out onto the sidewalk. They put down a mat and they kneel on it and they face the east or whatever. But there's also another. There's a holiday, and it might be Ramadan. I can't remember. But if you're in the Middle East, especially like you're in Jerusalem or you're different, there's different places that, like, they will blow the horn or the signal or whatever it is. I can't remember what but there'll be a thing, and everybody just stops where you're at. And if you're in a car, they'll pull over. A motorcycle, they pull over. Everybody stops, whether you pray or not. You're expected to stop and pause for that or whatever. And if you don't, sometimes you get attacked by the other people for disrespecting their custom. Ramadan is a week long. Oh yeah, it's like Passover. Yeah. So anyway, I've changed my mind about a lot of things, as you guys know. I've changed my mind about a lot of things over the last few years, and I don't believe that Christianity is, it's personally, I think it's more like idolatry, and but I don't never think that I have the only religion, and that's a lot. Christians believe that they have the only religion that is true. So I don't believe that. I don't knock anybody for their religion, because guess what? They might be right. We might be wrong. I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. You've been wrong before. Everybody's been wrong before. So I know everybody thinks they've got the right one. Otherwise, you'd go to a different one. Nobody's that in a religion where they think it's the wrong one. I know this is wrong, but I'm going to stay here anyway. No, everybody goes to the religion where they believe is right. So, yeah, I mean, if the Muslims want to do the Ramadan and do their call to prayer, I got no problem with that. It's as long as people's religious stuff don't infringe on other people, you know what I mean? But I think everybody has a right to worship whatever you want, believe what you want. God doesn't want anybody forced to believe him or worship him. He doesn't want anybody forced to worship him. And actually, that is what Christianity is. You're under duress. You either believe in Jesus or you are going to burn forever. It's like, that doesn't sound like free will to me. It sounds like a ultimatum, a threat. How many different languages are there? Which language is the correct language? I think each has a piece of the puzzle. I think so too. I personally think that God sent a messenger to each part of the world. I think no matter where you are in the world, God has sent you a messenger to talk to you in your own language, in your own way that you're going to understand. I mean, so yeah. And you know what? You guys, did you hear in the news? Many fish. I don't watch his videos because I just am not into any of that anymore. Not into the end times. I'm not into any of that. It's all nonsense to me. But Many Fish put up a video saying that Israel is going to outlaw, like make it against the law to push Jesus over there. And that is funny because now I got a new set of eyes now because I won the Christianity thing and all that. So I see how Christians would take that as, oh man, it's just more signs that what they believe in is right. And from another point of view, from my point of view, it's like, I don't know if they want to do that. I don't know. I see everything differently now, that's for sure. No, that's a rumor. They've been talking about that new law for years. Yeah. And well, and I believe that people like Mini Fish is either a paid agent, or he just happens to be, pushing their agenda, because there are people out there like Call for an Uprising and all these other people who have everybody convinced that we're at the end of the world. In fact, Call for an Uprising is now, I think one of his channels is called "It's Now Time to Uprise" or something like. They are there to convince you with lots of truth, actually, but they're there to convince you that it is the end of the world. And they're on your side, but it's the end of the world, and they don't really care really what side you're on, as long as you believe that it's the end of the world. I mean, so I think that there's people that are put in place, and I think other people just are useful idiots that just do it without knowing, push the agenda without knowing. So yeah, and Richie from Boston was another one. Hey Patrick, you just had a funny dream right now. You want to tell us about it? Richie from Boston was another one to keep you always thinking that it's the end of the world, end of the world, end of the world, end of the world. As long as you are in that mind frame, you ain't planning nothing, you ain't having kids, not all that. You're going to do right what they tell you to do. You're going to just sit there and wait to die. That's what they're doing. Look on these channels, these Christian channels. They just want out of here. They want it to be over. They just want out. They just want to die. I was working for a food delivery in St. Paul on a street called Zach's. Really? I don't think St. Paul has a street called Zach's, but it sounds like a good name for a restaurant. You were working for food delivery in St. But St. Paul's got a lot of food. St. Paul does. My voice was in the dream? What was I ordering, or what was I saying? You fell asleep with me talking, huh? I've done that. I've fallen asleep, listened to live streams a lot, actually. And yeah, I've had some weird dreams. You slept next to the computer? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I bring my phone in my room, and put it on. There's certain people I like listening to it, and I can fall asleep to. A lot of people, actually. So food delivery, huh? Was I talking about food delivery? Maybe. I was talking about food, maybe. St. Paul's got a lot of good food, especially West 7th. West 7th Street. Well, University's all right, but like I said, University is pretty run down. They got a variety of food. If you like, you know, they got weird food down there, but West St. Paul has got all Mexican food. Oh, to die for. West 7th goes through St. Paul. They got every kind of bar and restaurant you can imagine. You've fallen asleep here many nights. Embarrassing waking up hours later here by myself. Yeah. You woke up and we all left. We threw a blanket over you, though. The building was very nice, and the people in the restaurant all called me by my name like they knew me. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yep. St. Paul's got a lot of good restaurants. I tell you, I liked I liked Casetas, but you know what's funny? Because now the restaurants, I've seen a lot of restaurants that were just awesome landmarks. Everybody loved them. Everybody knows Casetas. Everybody knows Mancini's. There's certain restaurants everybody knows. We've all grown up going to these restaurants. The best steakhouse. There's a lot of restaurants, but you know what? The owners have had children, and the children have grown up, and now the owners have either died or retired, and now the children are running the Get restaurant. And guess what? They drive it right into the ground like a dang rocket, man. Every second generation, the first generation is hungry, and they build it up, and they work hard, and they put in the long hours stuff, and then the next generation, it gets handed this wonderful landmark business that has worked for decades from mom and pop. Then the kids get a hold of it, and they want to cut corners. They don't want to come in at 5 a.m. and start pounding meat and do all these things that make the restaurant great. Nope, they want to cut corners. They want to, instead of this, they're gonna buy this kind of meat because it's half price, and they're gonna cut corners and cut corners and cut corners. And then the people coming in, they're like, yeah, this tastes like, it tastes like a hospital food. It tastes commercial food. It's not the same. And then the place goes out of business, because what the mom and pop worked so hard for was to get that good food. And that's because they were hungry for success, and they were working hard every single day to be successful. Well, the kids are already successful. They're born in success. They're handed it. They ain't striving for nothing. And so the second generation usually runs it into the ground. And that's what's happened to a lot of the restaurants. Casetas has gone to crap. Mancini's, a lot of them. Best Steakhouse, don't even go there. In fact, one of the kids burnt theirs down. Burnt it had a kitchen fire, and they're not going to open. They're taking the insurance money and calling it quits. Like, wow, mom and pop built that up. Ever since I was in high school, we were going there. And now the kids they don't really feel like working. You fell asleep at Kathy's. It's okay, happens. Yeah, a lot of people fall asleep here. You were driving a white VW Bug, which I've never driven before. Oh, how did it ride? Grace, is that where I was? I don't think I saw Kathy in the dream. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's just kidding about you being here. But yeah, anyway. Well, that was not a bad dream. It was kind of interesting. Anyway, so anything you guys want to say, or? Well, he said the street was beige cobblestone, and the people and the buildings looked very bohemian. There's a few places down there. Oh, St. Paul is old. St. Paul's from like the turn of the century, 1900s. Your brother's making morning coffee. Think he'll notice I've been up all night? Just make snoring noises when he goes by your door. St. Paul does have some cobblestone streets, especially right down, right by the courthouse. In fact, they call it Rice Park down there. It's right by the courthouse down there. Anyway, they got this area where it's still cobblestone, but they're red brick. And actually, there's other parts of the city too, down on West 7th too. But they still have some cobblestone down there too. In fact, my son worked construction, and they tore up some places in St. Paul. And you know what he said? He said when they tore up St. Paul, you didn't know what you were going to find. One time they tore up something, and it was garbage, and it had needles in the garbage. Needles that were like from the 50s or something. Like needles is probably during the polio. But anyway, he said they dug up like some medical waste, and there was needles in there. It was like he said they look like 50 years old, like glass, you know. Anyway, all kinds of stuff. Bottles, pop bottles, all kinds of stuff. I was at a tea cafe in St. Paul with my cousin Leslie on a nice street with a good thrift market. Huh. If you told me the place, I'd know. Back in 2014 in St. Paul, tea cafe. I'll bet that was on I don't know where that was. Was the hill going straight? Was it on a big hill going straight down? What is that? That is Arcade or 7th. That is 7th Street. Well, I think it was on 7th Street. You went into a comic store in St. Paul and tea cafe and breakfast place. Yeah, that was probably on West 7th, the comic book store, the comic store. Especially in Chai Tea, No Hill. Yeah, then that was on West 7th, probably. That's probably, or University, but University is not really a nice area. What parts of it are? Some of it's really bad, but just like anything. Yeah, it's either University Avenue or Arcade. That could have been a few places. Well, they got some cute little cafes all over the place. All right. Yeah. Yep. Look who's here. Oh, I guess nobody's here. Oops. Don't worry. It was nobody. Anyway. The thrift store had an angular roof. Oh, I think you were at I'll tell you where you were on Rice Street. Were you on a place called Rice Street? I bet you were on Rice Street. Yeah. Because yeah. Actually, that was Rice and Larpenteur, I bet you were at. Yeah. And actually, right next door to there's a place where dancers dance at. It's called the Lamplighter. It's a strip bar right in the middle of everything. It's just crazy. And it's been there forever, you guys. Right in the middle of like the shopping centers and everything. No, Rice Street, Rice, Rice Street, like chicken fried rice, like rice, Rice, Rice Street. It's probably where it was, Rice and Larpenteur down there. Yeah, Rice Street. Yeah, I used to work down there. It's called North End Center. It's called the North End, and I used to work at a place called North End Medical Center. It was a doctor's office. In fact, it was not long after I graduated. I worked there. I actually did part of an internship there, and I also did medical transcription and stuff I didn't usually do after that, as I was kind of just starting out. Yeah, and actually, when I worked there twice, I worked there, and then I quit and had my son, and then when I went back to work, I went somewhere else, and then they called and asked if I would come back to work to them a couple years later. So I went back a second time. They were in a new building. Hmm. Uh, yeah. There were little book stands with free books on the regular streets with houses. Oh yeah. Oh, and you know what? You might have been in Highland Park too. Highland Park is a nice. Yeah, so people all over St. Paul. I think Minneapolis does it too. But I think people all over um well, even the suburbs. But anyway, it's a Minnesota thing. Um so people put these little things in their front yard. It's like a giant birdhouse, but they put books inside of it. You guys see those you guys probably have them in your state. Anyway, people put these little things in their front yard, little boxes. Usually, like I said, it looks like a mailbox or a birdhouse or something. And you put books in there, and then other people will put books in there and take out books. And so it's like a book exchange. Yeah, those are everywhere now. They got them everywhere. Yeah, people put them in their front yard, and it'll be a little door, and you open it up, and you can take the books or put books in or whatever. It's like a book exchange. It's kind of cool, especially because people really don't use the libraries anymore. You know what I mean? What, buddy? Yeah, sounds familiar. Yeah, Patrick, you were in St. Paul before, huh? By a few times. I've got another cat outside. It was a nice visit. Yeah, you come back and visit again. On behalf of Minnesotans, come back and visit us. You haven't been there since? Yeah. I was in St. Paul today, as a matter of fact. I drove down there today. Yeah, it was. Bring cheese. Yes, bring cheese. Yes, bring a big, yeah, bring one of the big wheels of cheese. We heard you guys got big wheels of cheese. Is that true? Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, I have to come visit us again sometime. I know. Not only that, but yeah, we also drove limousine. So I mean, yeah, I know. And I worked at for many years in for the realtors. So we go to different homes every day, and so I've been in homes all over St. Paul, Minneapolis. Lots and lots of homes I've been inside. Uh, well, Does the little troll want to play his games anymore? We have crackers. Yeah, bring the cheese, Patrick. We got crackers here. So if you bring cheese, we got crackers. Yeah, bring cheese. We heard Wisconsin has good cheese. All right. Well, anything else? I'll wrap it up and there's some really great cheese here. Yeah, that's what we heard. Even though we call you cheeseheads, it's just kind of out of jealousy because we don't really have that good of cheese here. So we have to call you guys cheeseheads and stuff because to cover up our jealousy. I guess I'll go back to sleep now. Civica, yes, Patrick, get some rest. Thanks for coming back and stopping in. Um, anyway, have some good, pleasant dreams again, Patrick. Thanks for coming in. That is funny. All right, anything else, guys? I don't know. What do you think, boys? My boys? You're all getting up stretching and stuff. My dogs are stretching like they think they're going to go out or something. Prayers for healing, Patrick. Rest well, yes. Rest well, and thank you, Patrick. Yes, Father, we thank you for healing Patrick, and we continue to pray for him, for his recovery, Father. Praise be to you. Amen. What are you guys getting all, are you getting looking like you're all going out or something? Did I miss something? Did you think I said out or something or what? You guys talking to you? Yeah, you're welcome, Patrick. See, here they go. They're ringing the bell. Like it's some kind of Grand Central Station. Anyway. Maybe I'll let the dogs out and just take a second here and let the dogs out. As soon as I stand up here, they're going to start barking. Mostly Lazarus. So, all right, give me 2 seconds here. They want bacon and eggs. Get the bacon, yeah. Bacon. Well, they got some carry-out jerky here. They got a lot of treats today. I was at the dollar store. Hold off a minute, all right? So I was at the dollar store a few days ago, earlier this week. I think it was, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. I was at the dollar store. And I was the only one in there. And except for the 2 people behind the counter. Did I tell you guys this? Anyway, and so I go up there. Like I said, there was nobody in there. I was the only one in the whole store. And there was 2 people behind the counter. And it looked like she was training in the other guy. I know the regular lady, she was there, but I didn't know the new guy. I think she was training him in. Anyway, they're both kind of staring at me, and I put my stuff. Anyway, I noticed on the ground there's a $5 bill sitting on the ground, and I have in my hand my wallet, and I've got cash in there, and I've probably got 3, 4, $5 bills. I know I have several $5 bills. Anyway. But I looked down, there's a $5 bill on the ground, and I know it's not mine. And I bent down and picked it up, and I looked at them, and they're just kind of looking at me. I don't think they even know what I did. And I said, "Wow, there's $5 bill here, and I don't think it's mine." And I said, "Oh, I'll keep it. I'll take it." Anyway, I was thinking, I should have given the $5 bill to them and said, I should have said, "Hey, if somebody comes back looking for this $5 bill, give it to them." I should have turned it in. Anyway, I just thought, that person could have came back. What if they came back looking for the 5? I don't know if that would happen, but anyway, I didn't think nothing at the time, but then later I thought probably should have gave it to the clerk and said if somebody looked for this or whatever. But anyway, I thought about it later. So anyway, today I was leaving. I was leaving my town and I was going to drive down to the city. It's about an hour and a half. So I had about an hour and a half drive. And as I'm going through town, I was going to get up on the freeway and head out. I was remembering this one time. This memory came back, and I wasn't thinking about the dollar store or nothing like that. I was just driving, just thinking, and I was thinking about this one time when I, like, back in the 90s, I got divorced and I had 2 kids. I was working in a doctor's office. We lived in a really nice neighborhood anyway, so I was always working. I worked 40 hours a week in a doctor's office plus, and then I also worked nights and weekends in the emergency room. So I was always working. Never had money. It just always working. It was just really expensive raising these kids. And anyway, sometimes I'd be really tight on money. And I specifically remember one time, and it was kind of around, or it was in December, it was around Christmas time, or whatever. But it was, anyway, I just kind of started using cash machines because we really didn't have cash machines, but they came out with these cash machines. So I started using a cash machine, and I had $20. It was the beginning of the week, and I had like $20 in my account. So I used my card, and I took my last $20 out of my bank. And back in the 90s, $20 could get you through the whole week. I was going to get gas. I was going to get some milk and bread and some stuff. Anyway, in my lunches for work. Anyway, so $20 went a long way in the 90s. So anyway, I took out my last $20. It was for the week. I went into a gas station. And I had my kids with me, and it was nighttime. And I don't know what we were doing. We were busy all day, always busy. And we stopped at this gas station so I could get cash for the week. And so I took out my last $20, and it was, I like I said, I needed it for food, gas, lunches, everything. Anyway, right next to the cash machine, they had this gigantic stocking. It was, as a stocking like you hang over for Christmas, a Christmas stocking. But it was giant, like as tall as it was like 6 feet tall. It was a gigantic stocking. And it was filled with all kinds of stuff, toys and candy, and it was like as tall as a person. It was giant, like the giantest stocking you ever saw. But you could win it. You just had to fill out the entry, and you could win it. So I got the $20 on the machine, and I right next to the counter, I grabbed one of those things. And I filled it out to win the big stocking, and put that in there. And when I left, me and the kids left. I didn't know it, but I forgot that my $20 bill sitting right there where I filled out the thing and my entry to win the stocking. So anyway, I didn't know, but I forgot my $20 bill sitting there, and me and the kids went home and drove home, and then I went in the house, and the kids are getting ready for bed, and they go to school, and I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm getting ready for my day tomorrow, and I'm thinking, where's that $20 bill? And I'm looking, I didn't find it in my pants. I'm looking all over the place, and couldn't find it. I ran out to the car with a flashlight. I couldn't find it. I'm freaking out, tore everything out of the car. I couldn't find the, and like, oh, hell no. This is not happening. I'm like, what am I going to do? No, Caleb. And anyway, I'm just bumming out. Like, what am I going to do? It's just like the end of the world. I didn't, kids were upstairs and thinking, what am I going to do? And it was just like everything was, and that happened to be like everything was falling apart for me. I was going through the divorce. Just like everything was just hitting me all at once. And then now I just lost my last $20 bill that I needed for the week. And I just thought, what am I going to do? And I just wanted to cry. I was going to just go in my bed and cry. It's like I was gonna give up. Just like what in the hell? And and I thought, I'm gonna call the store. I know it. I know it's a long shot. Maybe somebody turned in that $20. I'm gonna see if they got it. And because I thought, you know what? I remember taking it on the machine, and then I filled out that stupid thing to win the prize. And I bet I left it there. I thought, I bet I left it on that counter. So I called the store, and I thought I felt stupid even calling because, if I lost a $20 bill, you'd think somebody's going to turn it in. Anyway, so I called the store and I said, I was just up there like a half hour ago, and I took $20 out of the machine, and I said, I think I left it back, and I'm sure it's not there, but could you go look to see if it's back by that stocking thing? And the guy goes, oh, no, somebody turned in a $20 bill. He said, yeah, it was back by the stocking. I said, yeah, that's mine. He said, yep, somebody turned it in. I'm like, you're kidding me. Anyway, I told the kids, I went up and told them, I $20 bill is at the gas station. I got to go back. So let them go to bed. And I went and drove back to the gas station, got my $20 bill. I couldn't believe it. Somebody found my $20 bill and turned it in. And I thought, it is so weird that I thought about that story right as I'm about to drive past the dollar store. And I thought, and I got on the freeway and I thought, maybe, I wonder if that person that lost the $5 bill called the dollar store to see if their $5 bill, like when I lost my $20 bill back in the 90s, it was like all the money I had. And maybe this was all the money they had. Maybe they're going to call the dollar store and see if they have, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a long shot. Anyway, I thought about it today when I was down the street. When I came back, I thought, when I come back up into town, when I get back into my town, I'm going to go back to the dollar store. So I did. When I came back today, I got back tonight. I got off the freeway, went through my town, and I went back to the dollar store. And I asked the clerk, I said, I was here a few days ago and I found that $5 bill on the floor. I said, did anybody call or come back looking for that $5 bill? And he said, no. He said, somebody came in because they lost their bag. And I said, well, I didn't find a bag, but I found a $5 bill on the floor and there was nobody in here. And I'm just wondering, he said, no. I said, you think he said, no, it would have went through me. I said, you sure nobody called looking for that $5 bill? He said, no. The only one that called looking for anything, it was a bag. And I don't know if he meant purse or bag or what. I said, oh, okay. Well, I felt better anyway. So, anyway, I was going to let the dogs out. So, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that somebody might come back looking for their money they dropped on the floor. I did. I never thought, and I thought, I didn't even know why I even called. I thought I felt stupid even calling the gas station. Back then, I had to look it up in a phone book. I had to get the phone book out of the kitchen and look up the gas station and find out what the phone number, use my landline and call the gas station out of the phone book and ask them if they found by any chance, because I thought, it was kind of later at night. It was like 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock. I thought maybe it's just still sitting there. He goes, no, somebody actually turned in a $20 bill. He said it was sitting back there. I said, yeah, I was filling the thing for the stocking. So anyway, if I find another money laying on the floor, I think I'll turn in a clerk again next time. Anyway, I felt like I did something wrong. And then a bunch of stuff, after I took that $5 bill, like a bunch of stuff went really wrong. I had a whole streak of bad luck, like all kinds of things went wrong after I picked up that $5 bill. I thought either this $5 bill is cursed or I did something wrong or something. And then the next day it was kind of the curse was over. I don't know what happened. I left cash at the ATM once. I was shocked when I went back in the machine and the money was still there. Really? Uh-huh. Yeah. trying to drive back as fast as, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, crazy one. So yeah, just who would turn in a $20 bill? It's just crazy. Anyway, it was a really nice neighborhood. So anyway, my dogs are ringing the bell to go out. Maybe I'll wrap it up. What are y'all staring at me for? Anyway, I may have to let the dogs out or sign off or do something. Yeah. They're giving me dirty looks here. Alright. So, anything else? We're at 3:20. I'll get off here probably. And I don't know what else to say. I'm out of water again. None but some cubes all stuck together. It's really weird. Cubes all stick together and they get like Yep, love you too. I think I will wrap it up and get off of here. It is 5 a.m. where I'm at, and I'll let the dogs out and do some stuff, and eventually, well, tomorrow's the Sabbath, so I really have nothing to do or nowhere to go. So maybe we'll do some stuff, huh? Yeah, yeah. I know you want to go out. All right. Well, I will sign us off and. Yeah, the dogs are looking at the security cameras and seeing a cat out there. Might be why they want to go out. All right. Well, anybody else got anything to say or anything before I sign off? Yeah, I had a fun time. Bible Jeopardy. It was fun. Whether you win or lose, or I guess it's not even a win or lose situation, is it? It's a win. A win-win, huh, guys? Yeah? Caleb said yeah. All right. I'll pray us out. Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us once again. We thank you for all things. Praise be to you. We thank you for hearing our prayers and gathering us. Amen and amen. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in. It was fun. Good night to Grace and Patrick and everybody. There's so many people that came in tonight that I will just say good night to a blanket good night to everybody. Amen and TGIS. Enjoy your Sabbath. Yeah, enjoy your Sabbath too. I will. Absolutely. We're going to have fun here at the Kathy house, huh? You're going to have fun at the Kathy house? Yeah? Fun? Fun? You better have fun. That's right. All right. Love, sweet blessings to you too. All right, everybody. It was fun. And hope to see you tomorrow night. Enjoy your Sabbath, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I love you all. And hope to see you tomorrow night. Enjoy. One of these Sabbaths, I might come out in the afternoon and just do an afternoon chat for a change. One of these days. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but one of these days. We'll do an afternoon chat. I can't wait till it gets nice and we can do an afternoon chat outside. You know what I'm saying? All right. I love you guys. Thanks for coming in. God bless each and every one of you. Praise and glory to God. Hallelujah. My dogs want to go out and they want me to do stuff, huh? I know you do. All right. Say good night, everybody. Bye. Say good night. All right. Good night. Hey, say good night. Good night, Charlie. Say good night. Bye.